Hello! Welcome to Lowbrow Gaming. My name is Lars, and for the next 3, maybe 4 hours, we are playing through the entirety of Draugen by Red Thread Games, a game studio that is based in the town I am currently in, Oslo, Norway. Norwegian game, Norwegian location, Norwegian story? I don't know. I actually don't know. I know very little about the game except its status as a walking simulator, and yeah, the aforementioned things. It's been a while since I've done this, so here we go. Hello to the chat. Hello May. Hello Tinkerpickle, and hello to you watching this in the future. I suggest you turn on chat replay so you know who I'm talking about and who I'm talking with. All right. Hey, there's I'm gonna call you Ole. I don't know, Ole. Are you Norwegian by any chance? Is that your actual name or something? Or am I supposed to pronounce it Ul? Because I will. All right. Yes, mate. It's a mystery game. Day 1. Ul.
The water's
Okay.
cold.
It's a fjord. You're not going swimming.
Boo. You're such a wet blanket, teddy bear.
Let me know if the audio should
Edward Charles Hart.
do with some adjusting, if the game is too low, too high,
Promise to behave on land.
Don't I always?
stuff like that.
Lissy, promise.
Oh, piffle and phonus balonus, Teddy. You ought to know better than to ask. Yes, I'll behave. I'll be a proper young lady. I shan't run or climb things or laugh too loud or call anyone old bean. Aside from you.
She's totally gonna call me old bean the rest of the game.
So, do you think we'll find your Betty in,
All right,
what did you
pronounce
call this
ool
village?
like
Gravewick?
pool without the P.
Groovewick? Greywoke? It's not.
Grovik. Yes.
Grovik!
Why here? What's so special about Greywoke?
It's
Never
Grovik,
said,
young lady.
But knowing my sister, something drew her here.
But how can you know?
I just do. In her letter, she wrote about
But that's months ago. She could have gone anywhere.
without writing or telegraphing her editor in New York. She wouldn't do that. Betty's...
Oh, the cat's pajamas, the bee's knees, Little Miss Perfect.
Alice, you're talking about my sister.
Fine. I'm sorry. Elizabeth Sadar. We all love her dearly. And Teddy Bear. Edward. We will find her. Betty's fine. Why, we'll see her as soon as we get to shore. She'll shower you with kisses and berate you for coming all this way from Hanover, Massachusetts to the middle of absolutely nowhere Scandinavia way just to chase
Norway.
her down.
Hello there, Basil Exposition.
Everything will be Jake, old fruit.
Hope the characters already have
that
appropriate demon hunting gear,
that
or
Groove
this is
Walk?
going to be a long and awkward trip. Hey,
So
Groove Woke.
peaceful.
Yeah,
And
Grovik, he said. Pronounce it
And so
correctly,
desolate.
please.
Like a place built for ghosts.
Finally. I don't think I could do this for much longer.
It's quite the turn radius on his neck. Like over
Can't you row
180
any
degrees.
faster? I'm getting frightfully bored.
How about you take over, Alice?
You slay me, Teddy, old bean.
There we go. Old bean number 1. Who's keeping count?
Was that thunder?
Still distant. The boat will be in safe harbor by the time the weather arrives.
So you say. But I say put your back into it, because we're sitting ducks out here. Quack, quack.
Overbearing child. Alright, this looks pretty gorgeous, I must say. I watched one of the early trailers and I thought it looked kind of weird, but so far this is very impressive work from a small studio.
So quiet. Where is everyone?
Probably working. I know it's a foreign concept to you, but that's something normal people
Whoa,
do.
that's a head bob.
Har.
Quack, quack.
Fratland Farm is up the hill somewhere.
Up where?
Press X to interact with the world. Now this is confusing because...
Where's the farm?
yeah, it's confusing because I've got a DualShock 4 controller plugged in, but it's giving me Xbox controls, I think. Nope. It's
I believe
changed around
that
again now.
farmhouse. all the way at the top.
Hot dog! Let's ankle!
Hold on. Let me read the letter from Mrs. Fretland first.
I'll meet you up there, old sport. I want to explore.
Yeah.
Last one's a skunk's
See?
tail.
Now it's Xbox controls again. Yeah.
Ready?
Let her go, let her go. Yeah. Go.
Steady.
Be careful. The ground's muddy. You could slip and fall.
See you in 2 shakes.
Holy shit, that's a lot of text.
Dear Mr. Harden, we would like to extend an invitation to visit our home. Troubled to hear of your sister's disappearance. No news to share.
All
You'll find
right.
our
He's giving us the
farm on top of
TLDR
the hill.
version.
Hope I got that right. Look forward to seeing you here in October. Yours faithfully, Anna Fretland.
Cool.
I'm here. Where are you? Did you make
Where
it to
you at,
Orvik,
Betty? Bam-a-lam. Where you at,
Why
Betty?
did you pick
Bam-a-lam.
this forlorn hole under the mountains?
Sorry if I'm being awkward. I'm a bit nervous. It's been a while since I've done this.
Also sprach Zarathustra.
Oh, you really? So that's Nietzsche or something, isn't it?
I'm almost there.
On my way. Righto. Step to it, teddy bear.
Landhandleri. That means general store. Pretty much. Right. Open door. Nope. Can't do anything. Alright. Where's she at? She hiding? Once again, this looks gorgeous. The god rays and stuff might be a bit overkill, but like, well done. Draugen! Aw, May. Got drink. Me too, mate. I've got a giant mug of coffee and some is it squash you English call it?
Are you coming?
Just
No.
taking a break.
Got too tired, I had to put my suitcase down. Does Draugen mean something, Lars? Well, Draugen is sort of like a fairy tale monster of sorts, I think. In general, every Norwegian I talk to about this game refers to Du Draugen, which means, well, basically toilet Draugen. As in, there's a monster in your toilet. It's monstrous because it eats shit, and if you're not careful, it's going to take you down with it. I'm not joking about that. That's quite real. I mean, the monster is not real. My referring to it is real. Audun Turnquist. Man I have not heard of yet, but I'm guessing he's Ragnar Turnquist's brother. Ragnar Turnquist being the game director and CEO of this game company, formerly of Funcom, which is my current employer, in case you didn't know. Love how he sets it in his lap instead of on the ground. Yeah. Well, stay away from any toilets you encounter in this game. My interpretation was that he put it on the bench. Maybe not on his lap so much. Simon Poole. Lovely gent. He also incidentally made the music for The Secret World, the MMO. And yeah, Ragnar, the game director for this game, he is behind the Longest Journey series, in case you didn't know that. Growing up, that was one of my favorite games. Don't like these seemingly uninhabited houses that you're walking by. Should raid them before nightfall, yeah. Agree. Oh man. This, I mean, thing is, like, being from Norway, I've seen places like this. Like, this, a friend of mine grew up in a house just like this. And I've been to farms like this. This is called a stabbur. Basically used for storage, maybe curing meat and such. And here's the barn over there. Looking around, Lizzie.
Nor are you 70. Put some spring into your step, old sport.
Did you see the flag? It's at half-mast. Someone died.
Open the door.
So this is it, huh? Nice digs.
Why can't I open
But
the door?
seriously, where is everyone?
Alright. They're probably fishing.
They might be out fishing.
We didn't see any boats, did we?
If they are
No,
out in
it was a
Fjord, they'll
joke.
have to come in soon.
Don't take everything I say so seriously.
Rain's picking up.
You first, old bean.
Second old bean. Here we go. Knock.
Hello? Anyone there?
Hello?
Mr. Fretland?
Is anyone there? Mr.
Mrs.
Fretland? Mrs. Fretland?
This is Edward Charles Harden, the American. We've exchanged letters.
Maybe they went on holiday and left the door open. Give it a shake and a rattle.
I can't just barge into their home.
It's not a crime if you're invited.
Oh, am I invited though?
I'm coming in. This is Mr. Harden.
You're trespassing, Mr. Harden. And then he gets shot. Game over.
Hello? Is anyone home?
This house is as empty as a bird's nest in December. Hey,
You're all
you
going
wanna
to
check
die
out
by the end of this if
upstairs?
there's no demon hunting gear in that suitcase. Yeah. Why upstairs? There's no light
I'm a
coming from
guest.
upstairs.
Why would I start poking around every corner of the house?
I don't know. Maybe they're playing hide and go seek.
Well, it's natural to start on the ground floor,
I
right?
want to go up. Oh, this is nice. Charmingly rustic. The Boston Beaumont would pay a pretty penny for this setup.
Wow,
I
the
thought foreigners
head bobbing
lived
is
differently.
excessive.
This is almost like an American home.
People are people wherever you go.
Thanks, Proust.
It's Norway, not America, Lars. Yeah. Alright. Anyway, feels natural to start with the ground floor because, you know,
Look! Family pictures.
upstairs is probably just bedrooms.
They must be the, what did you call them?
Yeah, those ones. The Fretlands.
What's on the tip of
Don't
my
fret,
tongue?
Fretlands.
The Fretlands.
Right. Anna and John?
Johann.
This is honestly not
You
what I
won.
pictured. They're very presentable. Not at all like turnip farmers.
They're not turnip farmers.
They're beet
That
farmers.
must be Johann Fretland, master of the house.
What makes you think he's the master of anything? It's 1923, Teddy old boy. Women can vote.
Do we want to talk to Lacey, though? Is she not just being a little bit annoying? Hello, let's see. Johann, Anna, let's talk about Johann
Oh,
Fretland.
Johann's a bit wooden, isn't he? Like someone put a stick
They're
up his...
posing for a
up his
photograph.
rear end. I say, loosen up, Johann. I'm sure you two stiffs will get along famously.
Famously.
Johann went and found himself a delectable bride.
Alice, please.
What can I say? She's a minx.
Anna Fretland is a respectable woman. Her letter was courteous and professional.
Didn't you say she was a city girl? Must have been awfully hard to adjust to life in the sticks. I can relate.
Hanover isn't the sticks.
Says you. I'm guessing their daughter is the master of this house. She's cute as a button. I can't wait to meet her. She's guaranteed to be more fun than you.
Rude. Right. Hello. Fretlands. Where you at, peeps? Ooh, can I look at myself? I cannot. Oh, I can. Oh, shit, that's actually kind of creepy. Hello, Harry Potter.
That's a grim sight, old bean.
Indeed. Jeez, that kind of freaked me out.
Exhausted and soaked to the bone.
Let's get you to bed.
We'll wait for the Fretlands.
Ah.
So be courteous. Betty.
Have you gone screwy again, Teddy? That's not Betty. That's...
Scarf. I'd know it anywhere.
It doesn't look like anything to me.
Jesus, indeed.
Just
Bought it
looks
in
like...
Bloomingdale's the Christmas before last. When she came home that year, she showed it off, dancing around the sitting room until I got dizzy watching her.
Yes, how very romantic.
I think you're misremembering. She couldn't make it home that year. Again.
No, you're wrong. I'm sure she was there.
Whatever. It's not like you pay any attention to me when Betty's around. I might just as well be a ghost.
Ah, maybe she is. Maybe she's a ghost. Maybe she was a ghost all
Look.
along.
It is her scarf. It even smells like her perfume. Shalimar.
But what if
Kalima.
that's me?
She's
No.
here. I'm finally going to find her.
That's... That's great, Edward, really.
Why would you pin that there?
I wouldn't want you to get your hopes
Do you know
up.
what time period this game is set in?
where's
Yes.
everyone gone to?
The year is
Something's
1920
not right, I'm telling you.
something.
Teddy? Edward,
What did you say? 26?
Lightheaded, that's all.
you're having another spell. You know what happens when you exert yourself.
Yeah. There's a bunch of interesting things.
That's an order from your commander.
Yes. Fine.
Right. There's a lot of interesting things that happens when you sort of go through history and see what kinds of things line up. Like,
What are you doing?
yeah,
Come sit down.
I'm talking to the chat, Lizzie. Have some respect. Yeah, 1921
You'll
is
feel
wrong.
better
The
after a
letter we
short
got
rest.
was from 1923. And she said something around, like, the year is blah, blah, blah.
Stop
So
being
it's
so
between
stubborn,
23
Edward.
and
Come
26
here.
someday. Yeah, shut up.
I just need to catch my breath. Just for a moment.
I want you to lie down. Lie down and close your eyes. It's been a strenuous day. What with the rowing and the dragging of the suitcase up the hill.
But what if the Fred...
I'll keep an eye out. I promise. If they come home, I'll wake you. Now, lie down, close your eyes, breathe deeply.
It's nightmare time.
I'm just going to...
Shh.
Just my guess. Okay. This is evidently a loading screen.
Elizabeth? Is that you?
Get up. There we go.
Betty? Lissy? Lissy, are you here? Where are you, Lissy?
All right. Now, his clothes are still wet, which means they now stink as well. Right, what else do we have in the closet? Help, help, I'm locked in the closet with a creepy mannequin. Is there any way I can turn that head bob off? Maybe? Hopefully? Controls. No. It appears not. We're stuck with excessive stomping around like an angry child. Right, where's she at?
Hello?
Oh, hello.
Hey, who's there? Betty?
Nothing, just a
Elizabeth?
weather phenomenon.
Wait!
Didn't know this was going to be a horror game.
Lissy, there's someone outside. It might be Betty.
Maybe it's a game mechanic?
Are you here, Lissy?
Yeah.
Who's out there? Hello?
Ugh.
Betty? Lissy? Betty?
It's the angels from Doctor Who. Don't blink.
I'm not alone.
Alright, someone stepped in the cow pie. Just a draft. Right, should we check the rest of the house? Is there a run button? Oh, that's zooming. There's walking briskly. And we can't go back in, alright. Off we go then. Follow the reticules of going places. I want to check out this stuff though. Really? Okay. I can't go that way. Okay. What have we
I
got?
can hear you.
Yeah, that was a bird, not a someone. More of a something.
Who goes there? Wait!
Alright, there we go. Into the creepy forest. Time to get spooked. Okay, that one was kind of lame.
Someone there?
What, you can't step over this? There we go. Here it is. Sorry for my cynical mindedness when it comes to these kinds of games, by the way. Like, I'm trying to be positive, really, but I do have to sort of point out everything I think of when
Betty, is that you?
when I play these games.
Are you there, Betty?
So here's a positive note. I really like this sequence. That was cool. Yeah, you're gonna need those. But something tells me we're gonna lose them again at some point. Then we're gonna be struggling. No idea what this game was about, but I'm more prepared than these idiots for this. Who goes there? Proceeds to chase random stranger into the forest. I mean, he, to be fair, in character, he thinks it's Lissy, maybe. Take it personally. Alright. Fish trap. Let's check the fish trap for clues.
The boat, Edward! Where's our boat?
Lissy.
Lissy to me, young lady.
Where did you go? Why did you leave me?
It stopped raining and you were sleeping, and our boat, it's gone.
The boat... What? How?
Maybe you didn't secure it properly.
Maybe
Hold it
you
up.
didn't secure it properly.
No. I thought I tied it securely, but... Did you see Betty?
Did I see... What are you talking about?
I think... Betty... It was Betty. It was her. It must have been her. I saw her face in the window, and she vanished into the dark towards the sea. You really didn't see anyone.
I haven't seen a single soul. Are you sure it was her and
Yes.
not...
I mean, I saw her face, and it looked like her.
Well, if it was her...
Hope we don't have a
Why did she
Velma
run
where are my
away?
glasses moment. We probably will, Ool.
I don't know. It's getting dark. Back to the house. And tomorrow.
Tomorrow's another day, Teddy Bear. We'll figure it out. Right now, let's get you cleaned up. Look at you. You've got mud all over yourself.
No
And
kidding.
then you really need to sleep. You must be exhausted. Come on.
It's getting dark, much too dark to see. Which doesn't really make sense, because this is Norway, and it's evidently summer-ish. So it would be bright throughout the night, pretty much. I mean, I'm struggling sleeping these days because it's too bright. Day 2. Blue skies in Norway. We got an achievement. You can't see it because I've disabled the Steam overlay, but we got an achievement. And just confirms once again that we're in Norway. And why is he still sleeping on this bench? It's very clear that no one's home. Could at least have a look upstairs to see if there was an available bed. Do what I do and just don't sleep. Yeah, definitely not in this place.
Outside. It's a beautiful day.
Okay. I mean, she seems like she's like, I don't know, 15? Would she really be doing cartwheels like that? I don't know. Who am I to judge? I don't have kids. Nor do I remember what it was like to be 15. That was a long time ago. Let's ask Tinker Pickle what it's like to be 15. He should know. Nice. Nice ham. Nothing to see here. Nothing to eat apart from the ham. Okay. I mean, it's kind of cute to look at all of this because I can tell you, like, this is a very, very accurate representation of what it looks like in these country homes in the 20s in Norway. I did cartwheels for 15. How dare you, sir? I guess this is where you live now. Yeah. This is where I live now. I have no means of getting out of here. Because we're apparently on some island without a boat. Ooh, piano. Let's go play it. Let's just have a look around first. So, are these people very, very wealthy, or did they paint this themselves? Oh, that's a nice glacier. This is probably... Oh, I can't remember the name of it, but it's based on some glacier that I should know the name of. Hello. You're a famous dude. Right, these people got some money. And I'm wondering how they got this piano out here. But let's play the Draugen Waltz. Hey, by Simon Poole. It's an original. Well, no kidding, it's the theme song for the game. It did say there were more than farmers in a sense. Yeah, guess that's right. Okay. Giant ship. Some more scenery. This is definitely some West Coast scenery. Alright. Alright. Let's go explore some more. Oh, here's something we can look at. What do we got? Nope. Can't read, apparently. Get the wrong button all the time. Ruth. Or Rut, as you would say in Norwegian. Were some of the keys on that piano painted black? Is that a normal thing I should know about? It looked like they were just worn down, like the top had worn off. Right, these are folk tales, kids' drawings, kids' room, apparently. Okay. Wash basin. Gotta wash before bed. Ugh. Creepy doll. Alright. What else we got? Let's have a look outside here. Take our time. Whoa. Gorgeous. A bit low poly on the trees, but this is pretty well done. I can't remember which engine this is. I can't remember if this is Unreal or not. There was no Unreal logo when I booted the game, so who's to say? Go, skis, and a stag. What else we got? Locked door. Guessing in adventure game tradition, we're gonna have to find a key for that door. Hello, old peeps. Especially back in the day, the keys weren't particularly black, so they were painted, and that was some wear and tear. Yeah, referring to the piano there. Okay. Okay. Nothing to see here. Some Christ on the wall. Gotta have some Christ on the wall. And that's pretty much it. Oh, the king and queen. Yep, that's King Håkon on the left and Queen Maud on the right. If you're familiar with Antarctic geography, Queen Maud Land is part of Antarctica. All right, let's run, or I mean, walk briskly outside and see what Lissy's up to.
I just about given up on you ever waking up.
Hey, I was awake.
Around the house.
So we're okay with that now? Noted.
Where is she?
Sleep well?
Oh, there she is.
Dreamed of Betty. She was in the garden, and she called for me.
Call on me.
How about you, Lissy dearest? Oh, you know me, old fruit, wide awake at first light.
The Fretlands didn't come home, did they?
They did not. There's no sign of anyone. Aside from last night's Mistwalker.
I've been thinking about that.
I think it was a shadow.
It was dark. Maybe I just saw a shadow.
Chasing
Jeez, that's pretty. Yeah, I agree.
That's very unlike you, old boy. Usually you scurry off in the opposite direction.
I didn't get a good look. I'm not even sure there was anyone there.
Well, there must be someone here. And I'm not talking about ghosts. Or goats. What was it you said yesterday? Maybe they're keeping an eye on
I ain't afraid of no goats.
I'll take a gander. The Fretlands will be home soon. Betty's here. I know it.
Right, I want to look at the
I
barn.
feel it.
If you say so, Teddy Bear. Have you had your noodle juice yet?
I'm not rummaging through their
Noodle
cupboards.
juice?
You'll be up. Where are you going?
I'm going to check out the barn, I said. Oh, run button is not engaging.
Edward, I'm talking to you.
I'm done. Done talking to you, apparently. Nope. Just a stick on a wall. I said I was going to the barn. Relax. I will visit Norge one day.
Edward,
And you're very welcome, May.
back here. I'm talking to you.
Yeah, chill. I'm here. You were taking too long. I wanted to explore.
You'll be a pill without your tea and toast, old bean. We need to get you sorted.
I'm not hungry. First,
Hasn't
on
eaten for
the
2 days.
agenda.
I'm not hungry.
Find the natives.
A mission! Hot dog! I'll scout ahead. I'll meet you down by those houses.
And off she
Cover your
runs.
secrets, Grovik.
Oh, okay. Drawing a map now. Do we have fast travel? So here we go. The letter we received was from August 1923. Don't need to read it again. Press to view journal. Yeah. Alright, so the boat is gone. X'd out. And we're going to go check out the houses and so on and so forth. Is that old bean number 3 or 4? I don't know. Wonder if they intentionally made her the most annoying sidekick in the past 5 years of video games. I think maybe they did. What really creeps me out is her calling him Teddy Bear all the time. Something like, there's something very off about that. But who am I to judge people's relationships? Right. Go straight. Go to the right. Let's go straight. Check out these houses. Maybe we can go down to the general store this time. Kind of interesting that...
Up here, Teddy.
Well, maybe not. There are apparently more houses that people actually live in. Because these are...
Hey, eyes up here.
Yeah, chill. I'm talking to, talking to the chat again. Hey, Christine. Christina. Christine.
Old bean, I'm in the tree.
However you want me to pronounce it. I mean, Christina, you're obviously Norwegian.
Up here, Teddy.
Yeah. Hold on.
It's such a beautiful day. You could bottle and sell this
So,
here in Boston.
never mind trying to
Frankly,
talk to the chat. Lizzie doesn't want me to. The old ward gives the caretaker a nickname trope. Yeah. Cold? Yeah.
Hello?
It's chilly.
That's all you have to say? It's chilly.
You're not cold.
Why would I be?
Because she doesn't exist.
Thought you were scouting
Right?
ahead.
What do
She
you
says
think
she
I'm
might be a
doing?
ghost.
Vantage point, like on a pirate ship. I can probably see our house in Hanover from here.
Did you check those buildings?
Knocking on doors isn't a scout's job, old bean.
That's all been again. Who's keeping count? Alright, press 1. Yeah, we don't really want to talk to her right now. We want to knock on doors. Hello.
Hello? Anyone here?
Why, hello, Mr. American. Please come in for a cup of tea and biscuits.
I mean, is
You're
it
not
too much
helping.
to ask?
Also, they drink coffee here, not tea.
Savages.
You're a savage. See what I'm talking about with our office lingo about you're a something, your face is a something, your mum is a savage.
No one home?
Old bean number 2? No. It's been much more than that. This might be old bean number 4, maybe 5.
Hello?
Okay. That word means traitor.
Who's there?
Forræder. We would not... Would we? Yes, we would. Yum coffee. Indeed.
Hello?
Speaking of which,
Anyone
I'm gonna
home?
have some. Ew, it's cold. It's gone cold. Alright. Ghost house. No one here. Dead baby in the crib? Nope. It's not actually a crib. It's actually a bed because people were very, very short in 1920 something. No, maybe it's not a bed. Who knows? Read.
September 21st, 1923. Vi desperate.
We're desperate.
Lissy, Found something here.
I mean, I can actually translate this entire letter for you.
Escalated from words to stones. Blood has been spilled. The curse haunts us all.
But apparently he's doing it for me.
There is no hope left in... Good Sforlata. Good.
Godforsaken.
Right. In this God-forsaken place. The death of the Jiminy
Death of the Jiminy.
children was the end of Grovik.
Oh my.
Whatever remained of our souls departed with them. You should see this, Lissy. The letter just trails off. It was never sent.
Okay. So the Black Death survived in Grovik, I guess. Da-dum. Da-dum. Dun 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 dun. Ah! Okay. There she is,
Did you see
playing
this
air
door
guitar.
It was just the wind, Teddy Bear. You're as skittish as a pussycat. There's one more house. Third time's the charm.
Don't tell the child to see the sad letter, dingus. No, maybe not. Then again, 2 brains are better than 1 if it's
Anyone
a
home?
mystery that needs to be solved and so on.
Unless they're
She might
playing
have some
hide and go
ideas that
seek, I'd
Edward
say
doesn't.
that's a no.
Go in. Or don't. Just linger in the doorway like a creep.
3 strikes, you're out.
Baseball
I
lingo.
don't think anyone's been home for a while. Someone painted the word traitor on one of the doors.
She's pretty good at that.
And there was a letter. It sounded foreboding.
Still think everyone's out fishing?
Oh yeah. Totally out fishing.
I still don't understand what happened to the boat.
Why don't we investigate? Maybe it's even drifted back to shore by now.
Unlikely. But I would like to know how it got unmoored.
Well, it's
She
a
did
bright
it.
and beautiful
She
day,
did it.
And we have nothing better to do.
I do kind of like how he struggled with
What on earth
translating
are
the
you
letter
doing?
instead of translating it
Handstands,
perfectly.
Teddy.
Touches
My
like that are
record
nice.
is
I
2
agree.
minutes. I'm working
Definitely
on
agree.
3. Just go on ahead.
Not very
I'll catch
efficient at
up.
searching, in my opinion. Nope. I agree. Like, one house very thoroughly, and the other ones, yeah, let's just hang out in the doorway. Okay. Wait. We can go back in, maybe? Or will he just linger in the doorway again? He'll just linger creepily in the doorway again. No clues to be found. Yeah, I agree. It shows that the character is familiar with Norwegian, and but doesn't actually speak it very well. Hello, Gej. Welcome to our little stream. Let's see. We were going to investigate the boat, right? That means going down, does it not? I'm going to have a look at that map. Geji, right, we're all the way up there. So, what do you guys say? Do we go through this gate to new unexplored territory, or do we go down and investigate the boat? You decide. Bling, 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 bling. Seriously, I'm waiting. Bling, 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 bling. We got 1 for boat. Bling. Bling, 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 down. Boat. All right, there we go. Boat. Everyone, it's unanimous. Boat it is. All right, Lissy. Let's go see how that boat is doing. You're doing excellent with those handstands. Very, very good. All right. Gej has no idea what's going on. All right, we have arrived at this beautiful scenic place in a fjord somewhere in Norway. It's called Grovik. There's a farm up here, and the flag is at half-mast. Someone's died. No one is here. This place is abandoned. We have arrived from somewhere or other Massachusetts to figure out where Betty is. Betty is this character's sister, Edward. That's my name. Not, well, my name is Lars. You're watching Lowbrow Gaming, if that was unclear. The main character who I'm controlling is called Edward. This game looks lovely. Yes, it is a lovely little walking scene. That's a church up there.
Back to Hanover and stay here instead.
Hanover, Massachusetts.
Hunt?
Oh, we walked out of a conversation again. You're too slow, Lissy. Oh, alright, she's not going to continue. Alright, let's have a look at that boat site. It really does, yes. I'm really liking the look of this game. Alright, rope is there. Are you gonna...
There's no damage to the rope.
Yeah, are you gonna fish it out and actually look at it?
Nobody cut it. I guess the knot could have unraveled on its own.
Didn't you say you used a sailor's knot?
I'm a scholar, not a fisherman.
So who took our boat? A ghost?
It is a mystery.
There must be a logical explanation. It's safe to say no ghost in the night stole our boat.
If you say so. But then who were you chasing after last night?
Lightning, shadows, a sheep, a crow, and a falling log, if I remember correctly. Christine, remember you from Magnus with the Resident Evil 2 remake? I remember that too, actually, now you mention it. Okay. Our first out-of-body experience, which is a bit odd. Would have liked to see this from the first-person perspective, actually. Oh, right, you play World of Warcraft with Magnus. That's where we have you from. Yeah, how are you? How is everyone? Edward does indeed look like a very strange Harry Potter lookalike. I do appreciate that we actually get to see him, though, because the first time we actually got to see his face in that mirror was just, it was too freaky. Okay. What does it look like? Okay. Didn't draw her. This just confirms our suspicion that she might be a ghost. Fretland Mining Company, 1897. Dog sitting. Best job ever. I think that is correct. Although cat sitting might be even better. What Harry Potter's life was like after the book series was finished. Yeah, if he traveled back in time to 1923. There's a boat.
A boat! Teddy! A hot dog!
Seems to be
our
broken,
ticket
though.
out of here!
Not without Betty.
There's another boat. There is a hole in it.
Besides, there's a hole in this boat. It'll sink.
Oh,
before
that's
it
why
gets
they
10
have money.
yards from shore.
Yeah, it's the Potters.
The state of the boats. It's
And
like
time
they stopped
travel.
Taking care of them.
Seems short-sighted. How would they fish? Or get anywhere at all?
Okay, well, they obviously took the good boat to get out of here, you know. They left the bad one. Alright, so, exploring. Where's our map? So, we could go towards towards the mannequin to the right, or we could go back up to the gate we didn't go through. I'm gonna say we just keep exploring here, since we are in the area. I was talking about the mining company they own, silly. Sure, I see your point. Fair point. Here we go, a stone.
What's this?
Remnants of the mining operation.
What, mine?
There was a mine here, but it closed down 20 years ago.
I was just checking for a sense of humor. Still nowhere to be found.
Rude, once again. Why not just put an old bean at the end of that sentence? Mining tracks.
Where do these tracks lead?
To the mine.
Where else would they go?
Yeah,
I don't know.
for real.
A castle up in the mountains?
Wait,
where the
where's...
frost giants live? And this is how they receive their monthly offering of meat from the villagers. Goat, I hope.
Alright, this boathouse only has one opening, and that's on this end. And we can't go there. So how's life treating you, Lars? Haven't caught up in a spell. Yeah, life is treating me quite well. This is my second day of holiday. Summer vacay, yo. Gonna keep the HP puns going until we die, yes. Yeah, sorry, May.
No trespassing for traitors.
Cool.
Okay.
Want to jump the gate and explore what's on the other side?
Let's do it!
The sign says no trespassing for a reason.
Come on! There may be trolls, or at least more houses. Where's your sense
No,
of
not a whole month
adventure,
of
old
vacay.
sport?
I've got 3
Don't you want
weeks.
to see where these
That's what I
tracks
have.
go?
It's gonna be great, though.
Adventure on this side of the fence. Besides, they wrote no trespassing for a reason.
You're such a terrible bore, Teddy Bear.
But I want to go to the mine. Let's go to the
I'll
mine.
wager 1,000 clams you'll jump this gate at some point, if you believe Betty's on the other side.
Frederick
Better start
Fredwin.
fishing for clams.
Who are these traitors he refers to?
You, Edward. You. Maybe this is Edward Potter. Maybe it's Harry's granddad. Alright. Not going this way. Not going towards the mannequin on the map. Let's see. What do we have? We got... Well, let's go... There's some sort of mill or something? Maybe... Well, maybe we can't reach it. Oh, there it is. Can we get in there? Doesn't seem likely. Foreshadowing. Yup, definitely. Alright, we can't go in there. So it seems we are to make our way towards the church. Getting through that gate over there. Because we could open it. Not everything is gated. See what I did there? Gated. Maybe Betty fell down the well. Echo! Wait, is grass growing in the well? They just didn't shade it out properly. Here we go. Yeah, what have you been up to, Gage? You're not going to the Twitch thing. I heard Sterling is going to some sort of Twitch London thingamabob. Is that just tonight, or is it a weekend thing? Better call Lassie to rescue her. Alright, well, better yet, I'll call Lissy. Lissy!
Alice!
Here, girl.
Lissy!
Down in the
There
village.
we go. Call Lissy instead of Lassie. Alright, here we are at the Stavkirke. Notice me, senpai.
24th. Memorial service. A commemoration of the accident at the mine this past summer. No services after that.
You're working a lot, drawing a lot, life is good. I'm glad to hear it, Gage. Minnestund. For å minnes alle som mistet livet ved gruveulykken i 1902, Gråvik kirke. Yeah. That smile emoji is creepy. I'd forgotten YouTube was weird. Yeah, YouTube is definitely weird. Just going for a grin there, indeed. I must say the Twitch emojis are kind of weird though, with those robot smileys. Not
It's a
rowboat.
cemetery.
That's a different
But look at
word.
the soil. These are recent burials.
Yeah, you're right. Well observed.
Do you think this is where everyone's gone?
Yep.
How many graves are there?
Not enough, I guess. How many people lived here?
1, 2, 3, 4,
Sure.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9,
someone
10,
must have
11,
buried them.
12.
There's that.
Something did happen. Several people died in a short period of time.
How? An accident?
Why would they board up a church?
God is not
Ghosts
here.
from escaping?
Lissy,
Or the goats? What does that say?
God is not here.
Okay, can't go in. Can have a little look though. Is that a... What is that? I was about to say, is that a dog? Just sort of like a blob with a couple of feet on it. Lars, why does that
So
song
much for
sound
that.
familiar?
No wedding, no baptism, no funeral.
There must be people somewhere. Where are you going?
For
the
Constitution,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5
breathe some of this salty
song.
sea air.
I think it's an Electric Light Orchestra song. The reason I know it is because the Norwegian
You go on
equivalent
ahead.
of Sesame
I'll find
Street had sort of like an animated video of that. Basically, very educational, teaching kids how to count to 12. Right, this looks good. Looking great. Wait, let's see what Lizzie
Betty would
has
have
to say.
taken plenty of constitutionals here. She
That
loves the
spooky
outdoors.
moment thing, Christine?
How
Yes,
so?
it is.
She's a
Hoofsa.
city girl.
I'm sure she gets tired of Manhattan. And when she was little, she loved playing in the garden back in Hanover, especially around
The Groken English. Had to Google it. All right.
the pond.
All right, so he was on Sesame Street as well.
Just miss her.
Thank you, May. I've always wondered that. Because not everything on our Sesame Street, basically Sesame Station, which was a train station instead of Sesame Street, it included a lot of like American TV and sort of Muppet-like things, but not exactly the same things as on Sesame Street and vice versa. So I was wondering if that was one of the things that had overlap. And you confirmed it. Thank you so much. Okay, so nothing in the church yet. I'm guessing we might do another 24-hour day-night cycle, and then, oh, what do you know? It's suddenly not boarded anymore. Doesn't seem to be anything else we can do up here, though. So where's that Betty Bam-a-lam? Where's that Betty Bam-a-lam? Where's Black Betty Bam-a-lam? Did she steal the boat? Bam-a-lam. Right. Where have we not gone? There's still a road going north, so I guess we go north. It's a good song. It is. It is a very good song. There's also a very, very good level of Rayman Legends. If you guys have played Rayman Legends and gotten to the music levels, it is so much fun. It is so much fun. If you're not familiar, the music levels in Rayman Legends, you basically do platforming to the beat of famous songs, and one of them is Black Betty, and it's good. It's just good. It's very good. So then, we went in the right direction. Right, there's nowhere else we can go, unless... Hold on. We have not tried to enter the shop again. So, go towards the mannequin. Maybe you'll find some clues there. We tried doing that, though. And that was the gate where there was no trespassing. And we couldn't go through because Edward has morals. Stupid morals. Alright, let's continue straight. I think it goes faster if we go down this way. Haven't played Rayman Legends. Play other Rayman games, though. Yeah, and you know what I mean. And we are... Yes, we are up to speed on the chat. Going well this time. I put the chat window like right up to the other monitor so that I can keep an eye on it. I haven't always been good at that, but I feel like I'm doing well this time around. So then, here we go to the shops. See if we can get some butter and some milk, maybe some flour, some sugar. Maybe we can make some pancakes. We need some eggs there as well. Photo.
Fretland and Son.
How do you figure?
It's on the sign above the entrance. And on this photograph. Frederick and Simon Fretland.
All the monsters are singing their own version of Black Betty. It's pretty funky, yes.
Applesauce.
Why lock any doors? I can't imagine they have a problem with punks and hoodlums.
The sign
I feel
says
like this
it's
bird is trying to
closed.
tell us something.
I thought maybe... Hello? Are you open? Is anyone there?
Can't you just bust down the door? Locks be damned.
Breaking and entering, I will not. I'll just dislocate my shoulder.
Bah! Alright, what do we got? We've got a hat.
Lizzie,
It's
come
to
here.
complete the mannequin.
It's Betty's hat. She was here.
Sure, we'll find
She could
Betty's
still
skin
be
at
in
some
there.
point.
Betty? Betty!
Are you sure?
Doing good, Lars. Thank you, May.
I mean, it's just a hat. Is it even a hat? I'm not
I know
sure.
my sister's hat, Lizzie. I have to get inside.
There's only one of them
What
in the
about the
world,
breaking and
and that is my sister's
I
hat.
could care less what they call it.
Only, yeah, and she also only had one hat, apparently. We gotta get that hat. We have to break in now. Time to add it to the mannequin, yes. Mannequin. Right, let's look for some open windows. Are you open? Nope. I could care less. Now I hate Edward. Yeah. Also, it sounds a bit too modern, kind of, saying it like that. I'm sure the 1920s people knew the difference between couldn't and could care less. Yeah, I absolutely agree with that assessment. Come on. All right. We might have to go through the attic or the cellar or something. Or break some windows. This one then. And then the curtains fly open! Goat. Ah, here's an actual open window.
There's an open window.
You seem eager to break
I like
the
how
law.
Edward just actually says everything that I'm also saying.
It won't budge.
Why not?
Ah, don't be a milquetoast.
Well, it's
Milk
stuck.
toast?
Attaboy, Teddy. You can do this.
Pull harder, yes. Like you didn't do that to begin with.
I can't
Probably shouldn't trust the
believe
crows.
I'm
Something
actually
tells me that they
breaking-
will not lead to good things.
Whoops, daisy.
Jesus.
Oh my, Teddy. You're such a sap.
Don't teach Brits about sarcasm. Indeed. Alright. Enter.
Edward Charles Harding. Dilettante. World traveler.
Dilettanti? That is definitely not how to
Burglar
pronounce
would
that.
by definition enter a building on a higher
Jeez.
floor.
The state of this place.
Oh, Betty.
Uh-oh.
Edward,
I hope you weren't here when...
is this...
You know what
blood?
that says?
Not necessarily human blood.
Child
Well,
killer.
that's alright then.
Dun
What
dun
does it
dun.
Barn murder? Someone murdered a barn?
Nope, they killed children.
Barn means child. And mortar, that's...
Child murder. Edward, they murdered a child?
Someone thought so.
Red
Probably
ram.
the same
Red
someone who
ram.
vandalized the store.
I'm not sure how I feel about being in here.
Don't
Is
be
this a horror game?
ridiculous. Well, what else do you suggest?
I
we do?
wouldn't necessarily say horror, but it's definitely creepy and eerie. Yeah, like Gage and Christine, you've missed out on the first night, which was definitely creepy. There was like very moody, brooding music and a thunderstorm, and then shadows in the night, and we went out chasing and all of that stuff. So yeah, like May is saying, more like suspense, more like creepy and eerie, not as much horror. So I guess we're in for some uncomfortable things.
Calm down.
Are
old
we
boy.
in more in the Oxenfree vein
Anyway,
of things?
how's
I
the
believe
hat
so,
going,
Gage.
Holmes?
Who knows what else is in here?
Or
There could be more clues.
more of a
Okay. Everything's Jake.
outspoken
Maybe
Gone
they took the
Home, because
store.
Gone Home was
Sure, we'll
also
find a way to
kind
get
of
that door.
creepy without necessarily being very scary, if that makes sense. Cool, yes. You guys familiar with Oxenfree? Both Gage and I have made a Let's Play series on the game, and we both really liked it very much. Both really liked it very much. Yes, I speak very well English, very much. Thank you. I need to speak more better. Unsent mail.
These were never sent.
How long have they been piling up?
I received Mrs. Fretland's letter in June.
A couple of months. Perhaps the world forgot about Grovik.
Oh, now you can pronounce the name. Gropvik. Telegraph.
Out of order.
Why hasn't it been fixed?
Perhaps there wasn't much demand for it anymore.
Here we go. To
S-
Simon from Rut.
O-
Can you believe it's been 3 years since Oxenfree? No. Really? That's a long time ago. Still one of my favorite series on the channel,
If only
actually.
this thing worked. We could order a boat to come get us. Or, even better, order some hot grub.
Hot grub, hot grub. Alright, key? No key.
What are you doing?
Dad, I put the key in the box that
Your life of crime
like you
continues?
asked, Simon.
The keys are all gone.
Some thieving thieves beat you to it. Rascals.
There's a note.
Is it written in Viking runes?
Yes.
What does it say?
It's from Simon.
I put.
The I put it means I put. Nøkkel is key.
However, Nøkken with an N at the end is like Draugen, basically. It's a monster that lives on a lake.
Casa. I don't know what that word means.
The
You
box.
put the key in the casa?
Casa. I wish I had my dictionary.
All typical
The
American.
note's addressed to his father.
So the key was moved. But where to?
Somewhere safer.
To the box, I say.
More convenient.
I feel like I might have an
Really
advantage
trust
with this
your
game.
translations? You only started studying a month ago.
I spent the summer reading.
I mean, you can trust
I had
me.
a lot of free time on the ocean voyage.
Come on, how much could you possibly pick up in a
The
few
key
months?
is here.
You know my mind, it's a
100%
sponge.
guarantee. So, yeah. So, I did translate it as the box, but there's a double meaning to it. It also means the cash register. So, if you want to
So that's what it means.
Norwegian is such a
Cash
nice
register.
language, yeah. You want to hear what it actually sounds like? Far, jeg puttet nøkkelen I kassa som du ba om. Simon. That's what the note actually sounds like from the people who actually wrote it. There we go. Sving I sveiva.
Genuine gangster now, old fruit. Don't worry. If you get busted, I'll come visit you in the big house.
Yeah, we don't need the cash.
Wasn't there
Just
supposed
grab
to be a
that key.
Here it is.
Jeez, that's him after a month with no Duolingo? I'm guessing he took classes. That's glorious. Thank you, Gej. I don't know what to say. It comes naturally. Norway's like a second language to me. Look! Traitors!
Frederick keep a list of what he calls traitors.
What did they do to him?
Cross him in some way.
They
Why
had
else
more
keep a
time and
ship?
less Netflix back then,
A
mate.
list of
Yup.
undesirables.
A shit list? Alright. Did it say Hodor on that list? I hope so. Alright. Oh yeah, the key. We have the key now. I forgot what we were doing. You know, for there being notes and messages about children, there has been a distinct lack of objects indicating that children have indeed lived here. Reading and writing a language is much different from speaking it. That's a good point, Ool. I beg to differ. We've had a crib, and we've had up in the main building there was a child's room with lots of children's drawings and a toy horse and stuff like that. Things that Christine and Gage have missed out on. So let's pick up the hat. Let's wear it, and
It is
then
her
be
hat.
accused of being child
not sure
molesters
that's-
just because we are cross-dressing.
Long ago.
Okay, but if that is her hat,
It is the
what's
20s
doing
after
in a
all.
locked storeroom?
Another breadcrumb.
That's not an answer.
I know for sure she was here. That's what matters.
You know best, Edward.
True,
So,
I guess we expect things to be more
what now?
colourful too, but this is forever
If
ago.
this is
Yes. There's a
breadcrumb,
kid drawing in this building too. Yes,
Where's the
see?
next one?
There must be a reason for that's in this room.
Loads of clues. Countless clues. No. I see your points though. There is not that many pieces of evidence that children lived here, but then again, this is rural Norway, and not a lot of these people are in any means of any means, so they're not going to have like toys lying around. Kids in these parts, they would make up their own games, play around in the forest. They would, throw stones into the fjord. It's not going to be sprawling with, toy chests and slip and slides and whatnot. All right, read the thing.
What's that?
A handwritten note.
I'm not blind. What does it say, you silly goose?
It's hard to read. I'm not sure my translation will be. Johan, you... Nectar. Refuse. You refuse to speak to me, so
The
I
old
write
stone
this
water.
letter instead.
Cherished chocolate game.
It's from Frederick Fretland to his brother. Simon did not... Bloody hell. Simon did not murder your Ruth. He was fond of his cousin.
If you know what I mean.
Ruth is the daughter of Anna and Johan, which means... The little girl in the photograph at the farmhouse. Oh, Edward. The Fretland girl was murdered. This is simply awful.
Simon was working at the farm while I tended to the store. I would have seen him had he passed on the way up to the cliffs.
They thought Simon killed Ruth. His own cousin.
Ruth was... what's that word? Playing. Ruth was always playing on the rocks below the church. She must have fallen by accident. The note ends there. Frederick never finished it. And Johann never read it. Not that it would have made a difference. If Johann
The
thought...
mob showed up for Simon. His father would have tried to protect him.
Hilfe indeed. Or
17th.
Hjälp, as you would say in Norwegian.
You would have been here, Betty.
Rocks below the church. Isn't the church right above us? Edward, come look at this.
It's a bit dead
That's
body.
the cliff. Right there. The one in the note? I bet you 1,000,000 clams.
That's 2 million clams I'm gonna owe her.
See for yourself.
I'm gonna start fishing.
I guess that could be where...
Let's check it out.
No, Lissy, wait.
The house with the message child murder is also the house with a list of traitors. Interesting stuff here to keep in mind. I agree, Ool. Definitely agree. Alright. Bingo! B-I-N-G-O. B-I. Yeah. Not a real thing, I think. Seems fictitious. This doesn't ring a bell. Could be a spin on Solo, which is a orange beverage.
Teddy, up here.
Hello.
Teddy, the cliff. I'm standing right below it.
What are
Yes,
you
you
doing?
are.
This doesn't concern
A
us.
little
Yes, it
girl
does.
died. We're staying in her home, for God's sake. Are you completely without heart?
Yes, and this is the mystery we're trying to solve.
Harden right this minute. Come on, it's an easy climb.
This looks very dangerous.
Oh, you're a big
Oh, don't
boy,
be a
start acting
pessimist.
like it. It's not Mount Everest.
I don't know about...
Do not like the slow door
Whoopsie-daisy.
opening. Well, you know, anticipation, shock and horror and all of that stuff. Sure, it's going to come to full effect at some point. Not just the mannequin in the closet. Oh yeah, you missed that moment, Gej and Christine. There was a
What is this?
creepy mannequin in the
Where little
closet.
Ruth died.
You're being morbid. And this is a distraction. I'm here for Betty, not because some girl got
Edward.
herself...
You insensitive brute. You're like the Tin Woodman, no heart.
Tin Woodman.
You've grown cold and mean in that horrid study of yours. With only books and bugs to keep you company for years and years and years. There are other people in this world, you know. It's not all about you. You're going to do this. If not for Ruth, then for us. We're going to figure out what happened to the poor girl. Together.
So the assumption is that there was a witch hunt for their son, presumably successful, so Norwegian Liam Neeson listed all the traitors. Yeah, I guess. Guess so. Oh, this makes me want to go back to the West Coast. West Coast Norway is like this. Giant mountains just out of the sea. Why didn't Lissa give a crap about the person this guy's looking for then? Right. I don't know. He notices the twigs are bent and broken, as if from some great force from above.
Something struck this bush.
No
She
shit.
must have landed on it when... on her way down.
That's ghastly, Edward.
Or goatly. Sorry, there's been a pun about goat and ghosts earlier, so I'm just going to keep doing it. I'm not allowed? I thought I was going to go... I'm going to go investigate, damn it! Fine. Rock, paper,
Is that
scissors.
The girl could have hit her head on that rock. There would have been plenty of blood.
That's awful.
Because
I
jealousy
think
seems to
there's
worry
something
more
behind
about his sister than anything
Can
else,
you move
yeah.
the rock aside?
Very anime. Yeah, or old boy. Okay, creepy doll. Headless, no less. Ugh.
It must be Ruth's.
Where's the head?
Maybe the killer
God,
also
old boy, yeah.
decapitates dolls.
Little girl should have chosen paper. I agree.
This
Well,
pin.
yeah.
This is old. Very old. Looks like something from the Viking era.
We are in the land of Vikings.
What? This is...
1,000 years old. It does not belong in a
Oh, right. I thought it was talking about the doll.
cares?
I was paying attention
She's
to the
dead, and
chat.
you're obsessing about a rusty old pin? Let's go further up. Maybe we'll find more clues.
Right, take the pen with you. It's probably a
Come
key
on, old
to something.
sport. It's not far.
Can you wait just 1 minute so that I can catch my
Nope.
breath?
All right, on we go.
Do you follow the same path, Betty? Or am I just stumbling through darkness?
No, it doesn't really get dark in Norway, I say. Not in the summer. In the winter it does.
You can see clear beyond the edge of the world.
Hello.
Right. It is awfully chilly.
One
Oh,
second.
Teddy Bear. We need to take you out walking.
Yeah, see, you guys thought he was talking about the doll as well.
So, the girl fell from up here.
Was pushed, you mean?
Can we jump off? No. Base
Can you see
jumping.
where she fell?
Don't push me.
If she fell headfirst on that rock, she'd have died instantly.
Wait,
Edward.
you have that.
Honestly.
You wanted to learn more. This is
Yeah, the
you
pen is the same
learning
symbol as the
more.
learning sign. Yes, it
She hit
is.
her head and fell into the bush where I found her doll. Happy now, Alice?
Also, the main logo of the game is the pin.
Not. What was she doing up here in the first place?
Playing? She was a child. Children play in dangerous places.
There must be more to it. Let's find out where this path leads.
No, absolutely not.
So, Viking
time for this
ghosts
nonsense.
killed Ruth
Running out of
and
daylight.
pinned it on
Betty's
Simon. Oh,
You're
hello,
still
Ellie.
out there.
A cat just jumped onto the desk. That's the kerfuffle you just heard. It's a bit impractical though, so I'm just gonna drop my controller for a moment and then move my cat away from the monitors because I cannot see anything right now. There we go. Oh, I'm also gonna have a little sip of my very room temperature coffee. And then keep going. A cliff, they say. Let's traverse it.
Lissy, slow down. I can't
Cute
keep
little
up with
fluffy
you.
kitty indeed.
Who knows what's up there? It's not worth the risk of falling and breaking something.
It is though, it's a video game, Edward.
Lissy, are you there?
There she is. She's in a goat. Oh shit.
Teddy,
My word. Look away, Lissy.
is this what happened to the villagers? They killed themselves?
It's one body. Let's not jump to conclusions.
Now let's just go
What
over
about
and
those
touch it.
fresh graves at the church? There were at least half a dozen of them. Did everyone just die?
They're not necessarily
Oh,
connected.
come on. Ugh, this is just ghastly. What made him do this? How long has he been...
From the state of the body, perhaps a couple of weeks. It depends on temperature and humidity, of course.
Does that sign have any significance, Lars? I'm asking because I don't know much about Norway. Kind of looks like the Greek sign Omega, but I don't think Greek Vikings ever existed. No. Are you talking about this sign? It says God forgive me in Norwegian.
What does that say?
If you're
God
talking about the
forgive
pin, it's
Don't
just a
suicides
pin
go to
that
hell?
incidentally is in the Omega
Isn't
form.
that what your father said when
Stop.
your mother
Don't.
drowned herself? Sorry. Do you think this has something to do with Ruth? Maybe she came across the hanged man before she died, and it scared her. So she ran, and
This happened later.
there's some consolation in that, I guess. Maybe it's the killer. The guilt ate him up, and he offed himself.
That's just speculation with no basis in fact.
Okay.
Who was he? One of the Fretlanders?
Want to check his
Not
pockets?
Johann or Frederick. And he's too old to be Simon. There's nothing more to do here. I'm going back. Let the poor soul rest in peace.
Does
Also,
it
if
look
everyone
like
killed
he's resting in
themselves, who
peace?
buried the bodies? Well, this guy might
You're
have.
just going to leave him hanging? You're an insensitive brute.
I'm here for Betty. It's tragic, but really none of my concern.
Betty, always just Betty. You don't care about anyone else.
Yeah, gradually getting
What if
darker.
that was me up there? Look at me when I'm talking to you.
Sorry. Wow, that's actually pretty good scripting. Look at me when I'm talking to you.
What if that was me up there? Would you care then? All you do is obsess over a scarf and a hat and ugh.
It's all I have of Betty.
Betty, there she is again. Edward, the hanged man, he's someone. No matter what he did or didn't do, he deserves respect. Would you please just do this one decent deed? If not for me, then for yourself. Or for your Betty.
Okay, we're gonna bury him then. Give him the last rites.
What are you doing? You can't just pull him down by his legs. Try loosening the noose.
It's a puzzle.
I can't reach that far.
Okay. Guess we use the chair then. This is a grim puzzle. So this is a real hypocrite. How did Edward and Lizzie get here? Should I go back and watch the beginning for more story? Because so far, I'm loving this game. Alright, to recap. The first thing we saw is them rowing a rowboat along the shore up to here. And talking about looking for Betty. Betty is Edward's sister. And then we arrived at the farm. The flag was at half-mast, indicating that someone had died. No one was home. No one is around. Edward was very tired, so he went for a little nap on a sofa. Bench kind of thing. Oh, not before we found a mannequin with Betty's scarf on it in a closet. And then he woke up in the middle of the night when there was a thunderstorm, and he saw a shadow in the window. He went out into the night chasing it, first hearing the sound of a crow, then hearing the sound of a sheep, and then some other sounds, and then fell down a hill, and then found Lizzie, and the boat is missing. And that's pretty much it. The rest I think you have seen. There's obviously been some child murder, and so on and so forth, and we are about to cut this dude down from a tree. Well, if this is the child murderer, a good lynching served him well. Yeah, guessing it's not. And also, this is evidently a suicide.
I'm going to be sick. I can't do this.
Yes,
Do
you
it.
can. Teddy. Edward. I know you can.
As much as I didn't like
You've
Lizzie
been
at the beginning of the
through
game,
much
Edward is
worse.
being really insensitive about all this and seems to only be caring about Betty. That is a very good assessment. It's definitely what Edward is like. He cares about nothing except Betty. Might go back and rewatch all of this since I'm now playing at the same time. Yeah, probably a good idea. There's probably a couple of clues in the beginning as well. Like, we did jokingly say something about Lizzie being a ghost because we were talking about ghosts and or goats at the beginning.
2 days.
So, I mean,
If they're not back tonight,
They're not coming back.
there might still be a twist that
perhaps
she's
they
not
left
real.
after their daughter died.
Edward did,
Murdered,
after
you
all,
mean?
draw
what we think happened?
a drawing of her where she wasn't in the drawing. He just drew the scenery behind her, so it might be a thing. Okay, let's
Any
talk
of your
about
thoughts?
murder. The simplest solution, he believes, is often the correct one. The villagers believed Simon killed Ruth, and so he most likely did. When tragedy befalls them, Edward thinks people tend to look for a scapegoat. We on a timer? Apparently we are. Didn't get to choose any of them.
This tomorrow. I'm sorry.
You're exhausted.
I buried a corpse today, Alice.
I know.
Plot twist, Eduardo
Sorry.
killed child Betty and
Why
is
don't
just
you sleep
sad.
in the
Hui.
guest bedroom?
Yeah.
Couch is fine.
Or a sad guy, I'm guessing, and
Fretwoods
tried to
could
type
still
that.
come home.
All right. Just don't come crying to me if you wake up with a crick in your neck. I'll be up for a while, if you feel like talking.
Okay. Can't actually talk to her, though. Trying. Okay, we're back in the main house. we weren't able to read this before. Why not?
What did you find?
Someone tried to burn this. It's addressed to Mrs. Fretland. My dearest Anna. It's from her sister, Margaret. I really shouldn't.
Really? How else are we going to figure out what happened?
Yeah, keep going, Edward.
My dearest Anna, I miss you so very,
Wow,
very
his
much.
Norwegian
The baby
improved
is due soon,
fastly in
and
5 minutes.
I wish for our family to reunite before... It's been 7 years since the dreadful incident at the mine. Can we not convince Frederick and Johan to forgive and forget? I know there are things Frederick has not told me about what they found and why they parted ways. Their grudge is tearing us all apart. Frederick won't even let me speak to half of our neighbors, accusing them of treason. He's so very angry and full of regrets. It's eating him up. And we...
And we what?
The rest is unreadable.
Margaret reached out to her sister.
It's pretty cool the game went all out was making its own fictional language. Yes, definitely. Nobody can speak this.
But burned recently.
Alright. Yes, May. There was a book on the table before that we couldn't read. Upstairs with the piano. Being able to do 2 words to advanced Norwegian to English. Yes. He's been practicing his Duolingo while we faded to black. After he buried the hanged man. Alright, let's go back upstairs and have a look at that book then, shall we? Is it in here? Yes, it is. Yeah, don't even try and tell me Norway is real. Norway, is it real? Okay. Here we go. The problem is reading the writing. But also it's in English all of a sudden. August 3rd, 1923. This morning I had lemon juice in hot water with no sugar instead of tea. I also had half an apple and dry toast. I've been... blah, blah, blah. It's a guest book. Received an odd letter yesterday. I do wonder why they gave him Johan's name and not Frederick's. Who was... Oh! I've been writing here. Edward has been writing in the book. That's why. So, let's see. This morning I had boiled egg and butter, blah, blah, blah. Also, I have to admit having a visitor... No. Here we go. Having a visitor from America. So they are talking about me. So it's not me that has been writing. All right, let's see if we can deduct something here. Cool. August 4th. We received an odd letter yesterday addressed to Johan. It's from an American gentleman, Mr. Edward Harden of Hanover, Massachusetts. The letter was well written and very polite. Mr. Harden received our information from the Ålesund police. Ålesund is on the west coast. Let's see. In the totally not real country of Norway. When he requested a contact in Grovik. I do wonder why they gave him Johan's name and not Frederick's. Perhaps because our dear Margaret is no longer with us and I am better prepared to respond in English than Frederick. Thought Norway was a brand of cheese, a particular brand of MDF that comes with its own nails. What the hell is MDF? You have to elaborate on that, Gage. Mr. Harden inquired about his sister, Elizabeth Harden. Oh yeah, wait. Lissy. So, Alice, aka Lissy, is also Lizzie Elizabeth? Ooh, confusing stuff. He was traveling on... Elizabeth Harden, who's traveling on her own. Apparently, she's a journalist. Imagine that, crossing the Atlantic Ocean to write about Norway, which totally doesn't exist. It sounds wonderful. Wait, if Norway isn't real, is Lars real? Or maybe he's a goat? Ghost? Yeah, that's right, Ul. The letter said Elizabeth telegraphed her brother from Ålesund to inform him that she planned to visit Grovik. Why she'd want to come to this dreary old place, I have no idea. There's nothing here worth visiting about anymore. Oh, writing about anymore. I'm so damn confused. Me too, May. His sister has not arrived yet. If she had, I would have... I would have... What the hell is that word? I would have tired? I would have lied? I would have tried her out. Yeah, oh, okay. No, I would have tired her out with questions about America. Betty is Elizabeth and Lizzie is Alice. What the hell? All right, so prime IKEA material. Well, now a friend came on, and we're going to play some Heroes of the Storm, so I'm going to have to watch this back. All right, Christine, thanks for the stream so far, and good luck with the game. Thanks! And you're welcome back whenever you guys are done with Heroes of the Storm. See you later. Okay, what do we have? His sister has not arrived yet, blah, 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 blah. Yes, if she had, I would have tired her out with questions about America, being a journalist and traveling the world on her own. She sounds so interesting. I hope she does come, even though she will surely be bored out of her mind. I'll write Mr. Harden today. Johan is not comfortable writing letters, especially in English. He agrees that we should invite Mr. Harden to stay here. That turn page thing is in the way. If he decides to come. After all, these are no there are no guest houses in Grovik, and our spare room is rarely used. All right, whew, rough. Tiny break. I have to drink some coffee. How are you guys doing in the chat? Should I keep reading? Is it interesting for you guys, or shall I just go do something else? Excuse me. Also, I have to admit, having a visitor from America sounds terribly exciting. So, August 5th. This morning I had a boiled egg and buttered toast after Johan told me I was being silly and that I do not need to lose any weight, seeing as we're not in London and no one cares. So, who's... Wait, what's her name? The wife. Whatever you want to do, Lars, if you think it's insightful. I kind of do. There's something about this that has some sort of clues. I missed the beginning, so it's giving some color. Yeah, I agree with that assessment. Day 204. Captain's log. Stardate 29.4. Mr. Harden, something to inquire. No. Something to stay. Blah, blah, blah. August 9th. There was an argument in the shop earlier today. Frederick was yelling at poor Astrid, claiming the goats, once again with the goats, had been grazing on his land. So is she British? Yeah, she is British. He is Norwegian. She's come over here from London. And instead of drinking tea, she's drinking hot water with lemon. Excuse me, lemon. Goats have been grazing on his land. I wanted to speak up, but knew it'd only make him angrier. August 10th, Johan went something across the fields this morning to purchase some necessities, including new fabrics, and to pick up the new post. Okay. Finish another dress. So she is a seamstress, so explains the mannequin. Brought her sister? No, this is the wife of the house, I think, who's writing, if that was confusing. So here we go. I think Ruth is hiding something from me. Blah. Words. I think Ruth is hiding something from you. So this is Ruth's mother writing. She's been awfully secretive. She goes off on her own even more than usual, and her clothes are filthy. I don't mind her playing and exploring, of course. I always did regret Margaret and I not being allowed to run free when we were little. Ruth says she's just looking for flowers and pretty socks? Rocks! I shouldn't worry so much. Simon stopped by today with a gift for Ruth. Okay. Simon has... I mean, this is, an indication of their relationship and maybe his accusation of being a scumbag. He's a sweet boy, but Frederick would be furious if he knew. Question mark? Or is it just a squiggly on the W? It's not a question mark, is it? All right. I asked Ruth if she plays up by Frederick's farm or at the old mine. She promised she doesn't, and never had reason to not to trust her. But I still feel she's hiding something from me. All right, the plot thickens, and so on. But Margaret was her sister, I thought. Oh, yeah, it is a lot of info. Yeah, could be. Okay. So, right. Margaret is writing and Ruth is her sister, and they went over here to, be with Johan, I guess. Okay, looked at her drawings while she was out. She's got such an imagination. So maybe we should have a look at the drawings as well, do some Freudian psychoanalysis. Another letter from Mr. Harden. There's been no sign of Mr. Harden's sister yet. So, there we go. Ruth is still being secretive. No church service again today. Blah, blah. Alright, here's where it ends. So what's more interesting here? So the Brit chicks... Yeah, 2 Brit chicks came to Norway to marry 2 bros. Maybe. I think Ruth is a child, though. So, there you go. September 15th, 1923. Someone damaged our boat during the night. That's the 3rd one this month. Johan suspects Frederick, of course. I fear something is bubbling to the surface again after all these years. So they have some old beef. I'm not at all feeling well and spent most of yesterday and today in bed. Ruth was sweet and brought me potato soup and tea with honey and milk. September 18th, 1923. So, yeah, May, please, since you have all the names in your head, who is writing? Because I thought Margaret was writing. Maybe they should go get some new beef. Yeah, go to the store, get some new beef. Okay. She has left us. Our dear Ruth is gone. I cannot believe it was Simon's doing. He too is now gone. And with him, all hope Grovik had left in it. Okay. I have no idea whether that clarified or muddled everything. So let's have a look at that room. Ruth's room. Look at the drawings. Who do we have? 2 lads with a mustache. Very unhappy girl. This is the beef, I think. And looks like these 2 on the right are a couple, and she's very unhappy about it. And the 2 of these are very unhappy about it. Yeah, fairy tales and princess and a chest of treasure. Church service. She's still very unhappy. Here we go. Here's the blonde guy again. Alright, so there are some clues to these drawings, I think. I don't remember Ruth's mother's name, but Margaret is her sister, married to Frederick and mother to Simon. Ugh, this is all very confusing. It's very hard to keep track of everything while you're also trying to keep track of, hosting a stream. I do apologize for that. So you guys probably have a better overview of the story than I do at this point. Let's see. There was nothing in that... Wait, this room was not... Yeah, this was locked before. Still locked. So let's have a look in the parents' bedroom. Lars, I'm not sure how much access you have to settings in this game, but if you mind, if it's not possible, do you think you could turn off motion blur? I will certainly try, my friend. Let's see, we have visuals. Let's see, motion blur. Let's turn that down to 0. 1923 mode. I doubt we're going to have any use with that. I'm guessing that's just the... yeah, look at that. That's horrid. That is absolutely dreadful. Let's turn that off right away. There we go. Off. Resume. It is difficult. The info isn't easily digestible. Yeah, no. It is not. Alright, so we are in the parents' bedroom. We just have the King and Queen of Norway on the wall. We have some Christ over the bed and some ships and not really any clues. It's all. Thanks, mate. Sorry, I was struggling with catching a few of the fine details with the movement. No worries, mate. How's the audio, by the way? Is it all good? Anything too loud or too quiet? Gameplay versus microphone-wise? I mean, it's a little late to consider it now, I guess. Audio is perfect. Well, I'm glad to hear it. Nothing's better than that. Right, so here we are again. Let's have a look at this photo. So Ruth is the kid. This is the family.
It's almost painful to look at this photograph now.
Where the hell did she come from? Oh yeah, she was in this room all around already.
Ugh, I can't bear to think about it.
Right, so Ruth is the child.
Do you think Simon killed Ruth?
It's not important what I think.
I don't know what to believe. Sometimes children do monstrous things.
What do you guys in the chat think about
Now that we know what
who
happened
did
to
what?
Ruth, this empty house is even spookier.
It's a house, nothing more.
You know better than most that souls can linger. Especially if they died
There's
in
no such thing as a soul.
life force, ghost, whatever. You know exactly what I'm talking about.
The only ghosts are in our minds.
Anna?
Says
That's
you.
her name. So here we got it.
The two brothers married twin sisters,
Ah,
Anna and Margaret Taylor.
the plot thickens.
That's the Grovik stave church behind them.
All those hopes and dreams, ground to dust by misfortune.
Yeah, good. So Anna was the one writing. She was writing about Margaret and so on. Both of them are English. And then these two guys are Norwegian. All right. What do we have here? Right. Dear Mrs. Fretland, I trust this letter finds you and your husband in good health. Thank you for your gracious, I was about to say gratuitous, gracious invitation to stay in your home this October. I hope it will present no inconvenience to your family. I'm presently preparing for the Atlantic voyage on the SS Bergensfjord and plan to depart Boston later this month. I've still had no word from my sister Elizabeth, though I hope she has made it to Grovik in the time since the last letter. If this is the case, and if at all possible, I would greatly appreciate receiving a cable with the news. If Elizabeth cannot compensate you for the cost, I will of course do so as soon as I arrive. In regards to the dates of my travels, I shall be arriving in Ålesund via ferry from Bergen in October, on October the 15th. I will... blah, 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 blah. All right. Not going to lie, I have zero idea of what's happening because I was playing video with this in the background. That's all right, Tinker Pickle. Love the glare on the face. I think that Simon did kill Ruth, but not on purpose. I mean, who's to say? Something's definitely up with the sisters. It's probably some sort of mistaken identity thing.
I almost forgot putting this aside when I lit the fire.
To Ruth from
Christmas
Simon.
present. To Ruth. From Simon.
Simon gave that book to Ruth.
No, that letter was
What?
from me, Edward, to the people living
Or
here.
Anna. If they believe
my
Simon
interpretation.
killed her.
But they were friendly, right? Simon and Ruth. Before...
I imagine so. And we know the sisters were close.
I still don't understand why the brothers had a falling out.
Whatever drove a wedge between them, it was big.
Okay. I'm curious what kind of book it was. All right. Shall we talk to Lizzie or shall we just call it a night? Eh? Yeah, Betty is Elizabeth and not Lizzie. Yeah. See?
I really thought I'd find Betty today.
Well, I told you not to get your hopes up.
I mean, honestly, I think it's
I mean,
both.
we
I think
just
this
got
is
here.
Ghost Elizabeth.
It's a big place. She could be anywhere.
And
It's just
that
the thought of her alone out there. In the dark.
She's a tough
something about the
cookie,
mine.
Betty. Tougher than you,
It's a lot of stuff to take in.
That she is.
So here we go. Let's have a look at the photograph.
So the brother who owns the store
Frederick.
was angry
Waiting for
with
Lizzie to
Johann
put on the scarf and
before-
hat. Yeah.
Before Ruth.
Can't be a
Because-
coincidence.
Because of the mine.
Lizzie is another nickname
It
for
all
Elizabeth.
comes
No,
back to
I
the mine.
doubt that. Tinker Pickle just wants the demons to show up. Yeah. Don't think that's going to happen, but goats might. Alright.
The mine must have been a big deal for Greywoke.
Grovik.
Oh, now she can't pronounce the name again.
To do more than live hand to mouth.
Lisa seems quite irritated
must have been
and
to lose it
against
all.
finding Beth. Indeed.
Johann and Frederick Fretland. Thick as thieves, before things took a turn.
Don't you always say that much of our pain is self-chosen?
I wonder about that.
Okay, let's... Right, I'm guessing the first one is just for the opening of the mine. And the second one... tragic accident. So that's July. There we go. Tragic accident.
Tragic accident befalls Fretland Brothers Mining Company. The mine collapsed, trapping and killing 3 workers.
Oh, this game
including
is fictional
Frederick
language and
Johann's
fictional
younger
names.
brother.
The boy in the picture.
Okay, September.
Foreign investors out of Frederick Fretland's mining company. It's almost like Johann knew what would happen.
Insurance scam.
Johann Fretland exits Fretland Brothers Mining Company. Frederick continues to own the company along with an English investor.
So something about traitors connected to the mining thingamabob. And yeah, here's Beth. Here's the creepy ass mannequin. Let's put the hat on. Creepy music, ahoy.
What are you doing?
Betty will want these back.
I don't think it's healthy.
Not now, please. I'm exhausted.
Yeah, he's in denial. 1920s Norway sounds awful. Yeah, man. It's,
You do look exhausted.
look at this creepy thing. That was the first time we saw his face.
I'll tuck you in.
It was this view. Dreadful stuff. Alright, let's sleep. Wake up for a new day. And more confusing stuff.
Quite the day, huh?
I'm ready to pass out.
Cue the nightmares.
I'll be up for a while. My mind's simply racing.
She doesn't sleep
Don't
because she's
stay
a
up late.
vampire.
Wake me if you hear the Fretlands arriving.
Of course. And I'll keep my eyes open for any ghosts that might want to haunt you in your sleep.
There are no...
Hush now.
There are no goats. Wake up for a new day, play on the cliffs, and try to live long enough to die in the mines. Yeah, sounds like a plan. Okay, that was a long day, and a lot to take in. Day 3. My hunch is that we're approaching halfway in the game, pretty much. So we've got a couple of hours left, methinks. I too see myself emerging from the darkness every time I look in the mirror. I know that feel, bro. And then there's this creepy bespectacled guy looking back at me. Ugh. Right then.
Lissy!
I'm upstairs.
Upstairs there is so much room.
Teddy? Is that you?
I wanna live upstairs.
This is her room.
Yeah, we've been here
Are you
5
paying
times
attention?
already.
Ruth.
Well, twice. I'm
Can you imagine?
exaggerating.
One moment you're living a perfectly happy life, and then nothing. Darkness. Forever and ever.
The curse.
Maybe there's something here that can tell us what happened to her.
This is a waste of my time.
We might be the only
Well-
ones left to tell her story, Edward.
We
You're just
kind of
being
went through it
melodramatic.
already, though. But guess we'll do it in a scripted sense
help
this
you
time.
Ruth was an artist.
This is very primitive.
Have you ever met a child, Edward?
Angry peeps.
She wasn't Monet.
Right, so you see
She
on the
was
far
8.
left, very far left,
This must
and
be
the
the village
very far
church.
right.
That's Ruth and her family on one side of the aisle. Simon and his father on the other.
A community divided.
Right, so Simon is the blonde one, and in the other drawing they are fighting.
must be Ruth and Simon's fathers.
Perhaps. They weren't on the best of terms.
They look like they want to kill each other.
To a child, maybe it looked worse than it was.
Children are more insightful than you give them credit for, Teddy Bear.
Demon on a drawing. Finally found what I'm looking for. Calling it now, he's going to wake up one day and the clothes will be gone of the mannequin and Lissy will be wearing it. Yeah, clearly the one who isn't paying attention is Lissy. We've already gone through this, Lissy. What are you doing? Are you stroking the invisible goat? Alright, let's look at the demon. The curse.
We've never finished this. What does that spell? F-O-R.
Name me a video game protagonist that wasn't haunted by
Curse.
something from their
Who's
past.
that figure supposed to be? It's creepy.
A figment of her imagination. But the box she drew. It looks like this box under her desk.
Really? Let me see. Pull it out.
Bit annoying that the game is holding your hand through stuff you had the intuition to do yourself. I totally agree. Because, kind of should be able to trigger this stuff
What is
already
this?
by
I believe this might qualify as
The-
actual treasure.
pin
Is that Norwegian
has
money?
Sort of, but ancient.
duplicated.
Viking coins.
Are they valuable?
Not in terms of monetary value, but historically.
These
belong
belong
in
in
a
a museum!
Looks like Ruth had her own private museum.
Why would a child have these artifacts?
She must have enjoyed collecting and playing with them.
These are much too precious to play with. She should have given these to an adult.
She was a child, Edward. To her, they were just shiny toys. Wait! The pin! On the doll!
This is where it came from. Her collection.
But where did she find these treasures?
A dig, a gravesite.
The mine.
Wherever she found them, she wanted to keep them hidden.
Little girl
You
found a
think
box of
someone
cursed
found out?
artifacts and everyone
These
died.
items wouldn't
Calling it now.
necessarily be worth much, except to a
Yeah,
historian
so-
or archaeologist.
What if this is how...
Little girl finds treasure in the mine.
If someone learned she'd been collecting treasures, they might be willing to do terrible things.
She opens the box. Monster comes out. Could be disease. Could be something else. I can't leave. Okay. I'm supposed to sleep in her bed now?
She made her bed that morning. Before she...
Or her parents
How?
did.
Yeah, exactly. How do you know she
Doesn't
did?
matter. It tells us nothing.
Why are you like this today?
Drawing looks like
Betty's
her
not
in the
the
mine with
only
the box.
person
Yeah,
in
exactly.
the world that matters.
She matters the most to me.
Ain't that the truth?
Cursed Viking mine, boy. Yeah. Right, so it's nothing to do with the bed. Can we leave now? No. We haven't clicked all the right things yet. Although we've looked at this drawing 3 times now.
Where's that supposed to be?
A cave. Or the...
Mine.
Although this seems
Could be.
like the kind of game that can have a logical
did she
explanation to
find?
the events. Yes.
Her Viking treasure. Of course.
Way ahead of you, characters. Have we been in the mines yet? No, we have not because it was closed. No trespassing for
story.
traitors, it says on the
The
gate.
treasure box.
And Edward was
the
too coward to
drawings.
jump it.
The overactive mind of an imaginative child.
Well, she didn't imagine the Viking artifacts. You shouldn't be so dismissive. The drawings could be her way of dealing with traumatic
This
events.
is what happens when I read you the principles of psychology. You get notions.
You
You say
read
that
her
like
the
it's a
principles of
bad thing.
psychology?
Ruth was troubled. The village was troubled, and... Is that a bell?
Yep,
Church bell.
it's the goats.
Someone's here. Maybe Betty.
Hopefully during a storm at night.
Perhaps she's in trouble.
Or something. The
I
gate
need to get to
magically
the
opens.
church right now.
Oh, we'll climb it at some point if not.
I told you, I'm not sure that was anything. Come on.
Go ahead. I'll catch up with you before you get there. I need a minute to think about all of it.
Bloody women using their brains and having notions. Ugh. 1920s. Okay. Quickest way to the church. Yeah, because we can't get through there. Like he's drawn the bell in. Bong. Alright. To the church, Mobile. Doo-doo-doo-doo. How you guys doing? You enjoying this yet? Or still, however you want to put it. I wish, yeah, like Gage said, I wish the game wasn't holding my hand so much in terms of figuring stuff out. And also, I really hate it when we as the audience are ahead of the characters. The characters are very dim. You're becoming erratic, Lissy. I should stop reading you books. Enjoying it a lot. Need to make dinner and trying to decide whether to go now and try to get back before the mines. Been enjoying since the beginning. Thank you, guys. I mean, it's simple, Gez. You just pick up your phone and keep watching while you make dinner. Put headphones on. Try not to smash the screen of your phone like I did watching the Resident Evil 7 stream.
No one's touched these since yesterday.
Ugh.
Regardless of how
Creeping up on me like a goat.
There's someone in there.
You should have expected as much when the game had Lissy in a tree and she said, "Hey, look up here in the tree." Then at the top right it said, "Press right bumper to look at Lissy." Yeah. Okay.
Who did this?
Someone who'd lost their faith.
I agree, it's a bit too linear. I like games like this to be a bit more like the Cownil?
Gone fishing?
God is not here.
I'll wait to find out who's in
Well, of
here,
course
then
he
stick
is.
food on.
You won't find God in a church. God is the wind in the trees.
I mean, honestly,
the
it might
grass
be a
between your
crow
toes, the brook
pecking
that
the
runs
bell.
through.
Nature, not God.
Can you peek through the boards?
Remove. Look.
See anyone?
Nope.
No,
Listen. The bell. They're still in there.
I'll cancel. Alright. I like my games lively with a lot more action. Yeah. I missed one. Oh yeah, there you go. Missed one letter. In council. Okay. How do we get in? And why didn't we try to go around here last time? Okay. Maybe we did. Just can't remember. Too dark. Much too dark to see. I feel I'm knocking on the church door. We can all hear the bell, Lizzie, yeah. Right. So we do not have the ability to climb or walk across ledges. A crash chandelier and single exposed rope is nice and inviting. Yeah, totally. Right, what are we supposed to do here? Lizzie, you're good at climbing. Why don't you do something? Do something!
Must be her ringing the bell. It must be Betty.
Edward, you're so stupid.
Hello? I heard the bell.
This is giving me
I'm
the
here to help.
heebie-jeebies.
Honestly, I think the game would have
boards
less
are
hand-holding if
flimsy
we didn't
enough
have
to
Lizzie, so that you can explore on your own. However, I do understand that Lizzie and Edward interactions are very important. However, I think there still could have been a way to decrease the hand-holding and keep the interactions between the characters. I agree, Ul. I mean, Lizzie is here for one reason alone, and that is to give a reason to narrate, right? There's a reason for us to have dialogue and to have our main character express what he's thinking. Or our main characters express what they're thinking. And that's really the only reason. And I'm guessing, like, well, we put that person in here now. We have to sort of make the story revolve around her somehow. So I'm guessing still that she was a ghost all along is sort of the very obvious twist that's going to come. So, yeah. I think the issue could be easily resolved if the interactions only take place after you identify the clues. I agree, Gage. Geralt and Batman always talk to themselves. I know that, Tinker Pickle, but, you know, they're trying to not be too on the nose about it. They're basically trying to do Gone Home, but with more dialogue, right?
The Ethel becomes an Edward. I didn't think you had
I
it
don't
in you.
even know what that means.
Be quiet.
Alright,
Are you here?
we're in.
Hello? This is Edward Harden. I'm looking for my sister,
Stop
Elizabeth.
shouting, Edward. We're alone. There are only ghosts here.
I think you mean goats.
There are...
What's this rope for?
the bell.
Also, they're constant like, oh, there are only goats here. There are no ghosts. There are no ghosts. There are no ghosts. There's totally ghosts.
This is the bell we heard ringing?
I don't see any other bells.
So you have to...
Lissy. Look.
Could it be your sister's
Betty's
gloves?
They are definitely Betty's.
Oh, for
She got
Pete's
these
sake.
in Boston before she left for New York. She bought them at Woolworth. I remember this.
Thankfully, Lizzie is pretty
She's here.
on our
Where?
on our
Why
team
would she
regarding
leave
all of
her
these clothes.
clothes lying around? It doesn't make sense.
Breadcrumbs. She's sending me a message. She knew I'd recognize her gloves, her hat.
You
She's
left
a
them
trail
here,
for me
Edward.
to follow, like Ariadne's red thread.
We're not in a lab.
Betty will have left more crumbs.
Betty. You're turning into such a pill.
Right. The rope is for the bell when there's a crash chandelier right next to it with no source. Wait, where did the chandelier go? Oh, there it is. Alright. That's where the source of the chandelier is. It was on that chain. See? It all makes sense. There are no goats.
What happened?
Okay.
A sign on the door. God is not here. Their faith was challenged, and it didn't survive.
Okay. Ledger.
The church book, a record of births and deaths.
All
So
right.
we can find out what happened to the people in the village?
Hopefully.
And Elizabeth. I mean, if she was dead,
Her name would be in the book.
Turn the page. Why is there only one? Ah, they tore all the pages out. Of course they
I don't
did.
think the missing pages left the church. Look,
Right. Scavenger hunt. Both Ed and Liz's personality types seem to be turned up a
How
few
many
notches
pages
too
are
high as
missing?
well.
I
Yep.
counted 4.
they're probably all
Amen.
still here. I know. Let's make it a competition. 1-0 to Team Me.
Jesus Christ.
I wanted you to find that one. I know what a rotten loser you are.
Alright, so we have to collect all of them before we get to read them. This is the Bible.
I've never seen you read the Bible before.
I've read the
First
Bible
time.
many times. It's an important historical document. For he is our peace, who hath made both one, and hath broken down the middle wall of partition between us.
Did you just translate that into Olden English?
I happen to know the verse by heart.
Ah, convenient.
Still manage to surprise me sometimes.
Hello, Christ.
Jesus looks sad.
No shit.
What reason would Jesus have to be happy?
Don't be blasphemous.
Given that this is all fiction, blasphemy is a contradiction.
Heretic.
Oh, quote of the decade. Jesus looks sad.
Found another one. You get it. It's,
What are you doing? We're in a church.
thought you didn't believe in God.
I do believe in civility.
What's that?
The last sermon that was held here.
What does it say?
The vicar's handwriting is hard to decipher, and the language.
Blurry. Low res
Talks
texture.
about the village being divided for 20 years. This sermon was held on the anniversary of the accident this past summer. He's asking the congregation to help heal old wounds, to forgive, move on. Something to the effect of, you sit in separate aisles in God's house.
Like
After
Ruth's
careful
drawing.
analysis, I've
told
concluded
you, she
that
was
this piece of
perfected.
paper is in fact paper. Curse, I guess.
Here's something else. Many of you believe Grovik was cursed 20 years ago. God has not cursed you. This curse is of your own making.
Ruth's drawing mentioned a curse. What do you think that means?
It means they believed they were cursed. and that they needed something or someone to blame for their misfortune.
Okay.
It sounds like Grovik was split in two.
Between
Between those who
brothers.
stood by Johann and those who supported Frederick.
Because of Ruth?
The sermon is from before that. No, this is all about the preceding 20 years of division and disagreements. Tilly Varandra.
Edward?
Forgive each other. It addresses Johann and Frederick directly, but I wonder if they were even here.
Remember the wedding picture? They were close friends once. How could they allow their grudge to escalate until... You found another one? Don't forget about this page!
Like how I interrupted her dialogue by picking up paper. This page.
2 for 2. A tie. Good job, Teddy. Old
Stop,
bean.
Lissy. This is not a game.
Old bean number 6.
Eddie's out there.
Of horse feathers. So what happened to the hunchback? Put those pages
Oh,
back in
what
the
the
book,
hell is
and
going
I'll
on
stop
with the
trying
dialogue?
to cheer you up.
That's like 4 lines being triggered at once. Alright, reassemble. Avengers assemble. Okay, someone's from Scotland.
This book goes back years. It lists births and deaths. Here's the 3rd Fretland brother. The one who died in a cave-in. Someone added the word for Banelson, probably quite recently.
What does that mean again?
The curse.
That word is all over this book. Not just the men who died in the mine, but other deaths in the last 20 years.
Ruth's drawing and the sermon both mentioned a curse. What do you think it means?
I don't know. There were surprisingly few births.
Perhaps they blame that on the curse as well.
Why not? Alright, what do we have? Margaret is from Scotland. Married to Frederick. Jesus looks sad. Jesus, I'd like to see how you'd feel being nailed to a cross. Indeed. Alright, so the sisters are from Scotland, and some are from Ålesund, Morley, and the rest from Grovik, except this one. Turn the page. See how many people are cursed. Oh, hello. Murder.
Look here. Ruth Elsa Fretland. She was buried in the cemetery. And the next entry, Simon Fretland. Now this is interesting.
Simon is dead? Oh, that's dreadful.
He drowned the day after Ruth died. Probably no coincidence. See what's scribbled next to it?
Mord?
Murder.
Who killed him?
Is Edward's name going to be on
Ruth's
here?
father?
That'd be nice.
Or the mob that trashed the store?
It doesn't say.
His name is going to be on the missing
After the
page, isn't it?
children, a half-dozen deaths in a single week.
The curse.
It's listed as the cause for every single death.
Maybe there really was a curse.
Primitive superstition. But something changed after Ruth and Simon. It might explain why there's no one around.
Edward, if it killed everyone, how's that not a curse? What does that word say? Next to those names at the bottom. For a
Traitor.
Edward?
Unknown.
What's wrong?
Final entry. There's no name. Alice, what if...
Oh, Edward, no.
Betty,
It doesn't mean she's...
she's not dead. She can't be. I know. I know.
Oh, Edward.
I see for myself. It's not Betty. Betty's still alive.
Why am I
Teddy?
supposed to run?
Where are you going? Don't leave me!
Okay, I'll stay here.
Edward!
Must find that grave. Must find that grave.
Okay. Following the scripted sequence then. Run!
You better not be here, Betty. I'll never forgive you.
Okay, so it's going to be one of the recent ones then. Well, it could only trigger one of them, so that's not very difficult. What are you gonna... No.
It's
Really?
unmarked.
Really? Okay.
What are you doing? Have you gone completely mad?
Yep.
Edward, stop it!
Turns out Betty's not dead and it's actually Edward who's dead and this is his afterlife, yeah. Handy shovel, indeed.
It's not her.
Also, they haven't used a coffin?
Betty, it's not her.
Yeah, but now you've introduced all of those
What have you done?
bacteria into the air
It's not
and
Elizabeth.
you're gonna die.
I was so afraid,
You're a monster.
but I had to be sure. If Betty...
To hell with your Betty! When did she ever shed a tear for you?
Don't talk about my baby sister like
Or
that.
what? Or what, Edward? What will you do? Ignore us? Banish us? You've spent your entire...
Guess who released the curse again? Yeah.
When are you going to do something useful with what's left of it?
Quiet! Just leave me be.
Fine.
Ha!
Lizzie?
Told ya.
Alice? Come back. Don't leave me alone. Please. Come back. I need you.
Got him, yeah. She got snapped. Banishes? Who is us? Yeah. Lizzie and Beth, I'm guessing. Lizzie Beth. Yeah. Now what, I guess? Gesh has missed so much in the last 5 minutes. Oh. Alright. What do you say we do now? Just go back to the house? Guess we put the gloves on the mannequin. Reanimate the dead.
I was afraid you left me. Now listen to
Oh,
me.
there she is.
No!
One grave is a low score, better get digging. Yeah. House, yeah. Follow the trail of Lizzie's, I guess.
Lizzie.
Follow the red rabbit.
Hey.
Whoosh.
Please listen to me. I didn't mean what I said. I
Whoosh.
Of course you meant it. Everything's always about Betty. Betty, Betty.
I care about you both.
Until it really matters. Then it's obvious who matters more.
I thought she was dead.
I wish she was!
Don't.
You deserve to be alone.
Where's she at? Where's she at? There she is.
Please. Talk to me.
What's there to talk about?
You can't keep running away from me.
You think you own me? That you control me? That you get to decide how I feel and what I do every minute of every day? That I'm your puppet? Your little plaything? Well, fuck you, Edward Charles Harden!
Harsh.
I never should have come here with you on this pointless chase!
Now, be reasonable.
Well, she's in your head though, so, you know. Now what? House?
What are you doing?
What I should have done years ago. Maybe now you'll learn to appreciate us.
Now listen to me. Please listen. Hear me out. Don't do this. You can't do this to me. I need you. I'm not whole without you. I can't lose you. I can't live without you. Don't, please, don't, no. What? No! What have you done? Please be all right. Please don't.
You make me
Oh,
sick,
shit.
Edward. Your mother and father would be ashamed. Elizabeth would be ashamed. They did not think you deserved their love, so they abandoned you.
Don't.
Oh, my child.
Ah,
We are all that you have, and we love you. We are here.
don't blink.
With us, you are never alone. Do not forget.
No, Never. Never. I never forget. I am never alone.
Hey, there's a weeping angel. Lars called it. Yeah, told you. I mean, all called all of these things in the first 20 minutes. All right. So when Gej comes back, he's going to have to backtrack about 10 minutes, get all of the important bits. So, what do you think, guys?
Wake up, Edward.
This angel thing is creeping me out. There it is.
Stop hiding.
Okay. So, let's remain in character, shall we, and obsess over Betty.
You are right in fearing for her. You cannot hide from us.
Where's Lissy?
Alice is not here.
Bring her back. Please. I need her.
Alice does not love Elizabeth like you do.
She loves me.
Not like I do, Edward.
I'm so tired. Please.
What do you want?
I think of you so often. You have no idea.
You just want me to forgive you so that we can keep looking for your precious, perfect Betty.
She needs us.
She never needed you, Teddy Bear. And she certainly doesn't need us.
I can't find her on my own.
Well, it's just too bad, my darling Edward. Because we're done playing second fiddle to little sis.
Wait, don't go. I'm talking to you, Lissy. Oh.
Okay, so, suggestion. In the olden days, when people had children and that child died, and they had a second child after that child died, sometimes they would name the second child after the first child. Could Lizzie and Beth be separate people but both be Edward's sister? We're speculating here. Lizzie died a long time ago, and then the parents named Beth after her. And Edward never really got over it. There's a serious disconnect from Edward's care for Betty and the players. I think if we saw Edward reflecting on like an old picture and talking about how wonderful times were together. Although maybe they wanted to make Edward's character unrelatable. Maybe. I don't know. There is something to be said about, I think maybe they're trying to throw us a bit of a misdirect. There is definitely some red herrings about in terms of whom is whom. And the whole thing about twins are involved, and there's a split between families, and so on and so forth. So there is something more to this. All right, Lissy, let's talk about you. Please.
Please. Listen, you can't keep vanishing on me.
Try me.
Why are you so angry?
You do not know anger, Edward.
Ugh.
Did you ever meet my father?
Alice does not want to speak with you.
Then what about you? Are you going to help me?
God helps those who help themselves.
I don't need God's help. I need Lissy.
Do you, though? Did you ever?
There's Gage. So, sorry, Gesh, you've missed, like, everything. Honestly, I suggest you go back about 10-15 minutes back to the church, because you're not gonna want to miss it. Including our favorite quote, Jesus looks sad. Cool! Yeah, indeed. Alright, do we go out? Do we go into the kitchen? It's gonna be the same thing, isn't it?
Alice. Hear me out. Don't go. I depend on you both.
You can never depend on other people, Edward.
I'm not
Facepalm.
sure you count as other people.
Everyone
I'm gone 15
needs
minutes, yeah.
one way.
See you, Gage.
You don't. You can't.
Is that a challenge?
Stop playing games.
Are you ordering me, Teddy Bear?
I'm asking you.
Didn't your father always tell you to stand up for yourself? To be a real man and not a sissy?
Ah, that's good thinking.
Maybe that's why he put the gun to his head and pulled the trigger. Kaboom! He was so disappointed about what his only son had turned into.
You're a monster.
Takes one to know one. Old fruit.
Okay. Where are we going? What are we missing? Should we go up or should we go out? What do you say? Up or out? Or maybe Harry Potter is hiding in the cupboard under the stairs. Up. Alright, let's go up. Nothing to see.
I gave you this jacket.
Oh, God.
Betty. You were here.
Now, he's probably wearing it, right? Ruth's room. Right, there we go. I like this. This is a good touch.
Lissy, I'm tired of chasing you. I'm trying to talk to you. Alice, be reasonable. Lissy, look. Her jacket. I'm sure it wasn't here yesterday, which
Jesus
means
Christ,
Betty was
Teddy.
here. Perhaps when we were out yesterday.
Betty,
she must have...
Betty, 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 Betty.
You
There.
love Betty more than you love us. But don't you see? What has Betty done that we haven't? What can she do that we cannot? We've always been there for you. Why do you keep looking for her?
She's real. You're not.
So?
What? You decide what is real. We are real to you.
We'll never be the same.
Okay. Been here, done that.
She does not want you.
Creep.
What are you talking about?
Why do you think Betty left? She was sick and tired of us. She wanted to escape.
Like mother.
Drowning herself because she couldn't stand being around us.
Like father.
Bang! Right in the coconut.
Stop.
You drive them all away, Edward. All into death.
But not us. We're always here for you.
I beg you.
You are never alone.
Stop! Leave me alone, both of you!
You want to be alone?
You really want to be alone?
Fine. You're alone.
Good.
So May says, it's almost like we're missing prior story that would help this flow a bit better. Like, I get what they're going for, but it's a bit too nuts. Yes and no. I understand what they're going for. I mean, they're revealing the backstory to us as we go. And I would agree with what you just said up until this point. I feel like now it flows much better than it did in the first half of the game. So, I don't know. I mean, there's still a lot of answers need answering. This thing is still locked, yeah. But I'm more excited now than I was before, but I'm guessing that has more to do with the mood, I guess, than the actual writing here. Ool says, I think the entity takes the shape of an angel because it's wishing for attention and love, and after everyone had left the island, and now the only one that can love them is Edward? No idea. Yeah. I'm not sure about the angel thing, if the angel is a manifestation of Beth, or Lizzie, or both, or... Yeah, it's like an Amnesia custom story done into his own game. I see what you mean. Yeah. Not sure what to think yet. I mean, I think it's admirable what they're going for, but there's a lot of this is a bit contrived and, you know, it's not very well presented, and yeah, the flow isn't quite there. Writing is a bit on the nose, but then some things are very withheld. And there's a huge overload of information in the beginning, but then when we are... Whoa. Okay, we're not allowed to go this way. Or I'm just passing out. What's happening? Wait, can you put the jacket on the mannequin? Yes, probably can. Alright, achievement unlocked. I am not alone. Day 5! And here we go. Game is beautiful, though. It is. I mean, it is well crafted. It's just something to do with the storytelling here. And the flow of it.
Betty?
And still he keeps sleeping in the most uncomfortable
Is that you?
place. There we go. Jacket on mannequin. Now watch that mannequin come to life as Edward makes love to the ghost of his own sister. No? Right. Let's go find a goat to make love to then.
Are you upstairs? Betty, I'm coming.
Now the locked door, where of course there will be dead bodies or something.
Betty? Betty! Are you in there? Open the door!
Open the door,
I'm coming in!
s'il vous plaît.
Stand away from the door!
Third time's the charm. Hello, dead body, bam-a-lam. Hello, dead body, bam-a-lam.
Ready?
Told you there was, bam-a-lam. A dead body in the bed,
No,
bam-a-lam.
no. Oh. Oh, thank you. Thank you.
How much you want to bet she opens her
Thought it
eyes?
was you, Betty. But who? Anna.
Right. Creepy. This is probably the creepiest moment yet in this entire game, just standing here. Yo! What up, gamers? That was a trip. Yes, welcome back, Edge. Alright, what do we have?
It's from Johan, addressed to his wife. Did you notice the handwriting, Betty? It was clearly distraught. Knock ere knock. Enough is enough. After decades of strife, I pray that God will... Tilly, forgive me. I am tired of secrets. For 20 years I've kept my silence about our discovery, but my silence has only led to misfortune, and my cowardice has only led to death. I will make Frederick pay for what he has done to us, for what they have done to our Ruth. When it is over, I will let the ocean take me to you and Ruth. May God forgive me. Anna was already dead when he wrote this. He had no one else to confess to. What now, Betty? Johan went to confront his brother, probably at Frederick's farm. And then?
Okay, so here's the thing that I'm thinking now. Like, I'm not gonna like force you to look at this dead body, but look at this dead body. We have been here on this island for 5 days. Unless she has been embalmed, she would have already have started decomposing after 24 hours. Not to mention, there was a crow in this room. So, like, she's... the way she looks, she's been dead 24 hours or less. Just a detail. I do get that they wouldn't have wanted to have a decomposed body because that would have been a bit too much, maybe. Uh-huh. See what I did there? Look at this grim mirror reflection. No. Okay. What do we have?
This was a gift from another unlucky suitor.
Breadcrumb.
It was precious to you. You wouldn't have left it
And
here.
no one's eaten any food, yo. Not one bite,
Signpost.
yeah. Not natural.
A breadcrumb.
Yeah, I do understand that they wouldn't have put a decomposed body in there unless it was
Follow
decomposed
Johan.
beyond recognition, of
Frederick
course.
Fretland's farm.
Because then,
And then to the mine.
you know. Okay, mine. We want to go to the
You wouldn't
mine.
let this go, Betty. You'd follow your story to the end.
Anything
all the way
happening
to
here
the
now?
end.
I mean, there wouldn't be anything new here now, right? I mean, even though we've been here several times already. And then things being triggerable bit by bit. All right, I want to go to the mines. Who's with me? Snowing!
So where is Frederick's farm?
All right. We're off to see the wizard. The living at the coast in old wooden houses, decomposition would be well on its way. Yeah, humidity for sure. You could probably argue that because it's the autumn and so on. But yeah, it's already been raining a lot, so it's definitely humid. Temperature's dropping a bit. Waiting for the nice angel person to come back the second we open a door. Yeah, that is a lingering fear right now. Alright, let's jump this gate. Hey, bud.
What led you to this place?
We just lost a bet of 1,000,000 clams to Lissy.
All these fragments. You'd piece them together into a story, wouldn't you, Betty?
What are your thoughts on the story, Lars?
So,
I
what do we
feel
know?
like I've already said, mentioned, spoken, voiced my thoughts. Can't believe Edward never left Silent Hill.
Johan and Frederick are partners. And on good terms. Something
You think Margaret is Mary, Gage?
disagreements lead to a falling out. And at the end of it all, 20 years later, Johan walks this path to confront Frederick.
And burn his house down,
Was
apparently.
this your doing, Johan? Did you burn your brother's farm to the ground?
Sure did, bruv.
And where were you, Betty?
Mary was
Did
fact.
you witness their fall?
All a lot of fuss over not much, indeed. Did you ever watch the alternative endings to Silent Hill 2, by the way? Right, a safe. Only thing left standing. The Nelson. Always been a fan of the half Nelson myself. Right, let's crack that safe. It's another one that's almost 3 years. Oh god. 3 years since Silent Hill 2. The blind relay. Alright. Crack it. The clues are all in your head, probably. Alright. Nothing to do there. Gonna need the combination. Written on a scrap of paper in the burned pile. The only surviving scrap of paper in the entire farm. Right. Okay, graves. More graves. Blind relay is still one of the best ideas so far. I agree. And the Portal 2 speedrun. No, your Portal 1 speedrun. You're right. Simon. He dead.
Simon's grave. Born December 5th, 1909. Died September 17th, 1923. The safe. Frederick would choose numbers that meant something to him. Why bury Simon here and not at the cemetery? If the village blamed him for Ruth's death, I could really use your imagination, Betty. You'd figure this out in no time.
Yeah, Simon was a young'un. These answer choices are nice, however, I do have to wonder if they change the story in any way, or if they're just there to give the player some freedom in the words they say. Pretty sure it's the latter. It's just words. Here's Margaret. Or is it? Or is it a twin sister? Alright. I'm hoping that I don't have to remember any numbers, because I'm not gonna right now. I'm hoping it's going to be enough that I've actually just looked at them. Because the game has been doing most of the work for us so far. Right. Walking up ledges. The difficult thing. The most difficult thing, even. Yeah, they seem like false choices. A bit like the Telltale games at the end of their run. Indeed. Although I will say, like, The Walking Dead has some to say in terms of which characters die, but then they just become placeholder characters for each other. Let's try Simon's birthday.
Let's try Simon's birthday.
Twin sister Margaret, yeah. There we go. Easy peasy. The curse.
Viking artifact, Betty. Most likely from the same treasure Ruth found. Postmarked in Boston. That's a curious coincidence. Dear Frederick, I hope this letter, it's in English, Betty. Hope this letter finds you and the boy in good health.
Like how it just keeps talking to Betty now.
No word from you for almost 2 years now. All of us still heartbroken about Margaret's passing. We know things have been difficult for you and Simon.
Now what's this then?
Mr. Fretland, we expect you to take care of this problem. If the discovery is made public, the authorities will intervene and the mine will be shut down. Should this happen, we will consider it a breach of our contract, and we will withdraw our investment. You and your brother will be responsible for all debts and losses. Johann must be convinced to wall up the chamber. We have already dealt with the worker who made the discovery.
Okay. Here's what I'm thinking. They find a Viking grave, and the investment bank says that they have to cover that up. Because if people find out, they're going to have to shut down the mine, meaning they're all going to lose their investments, and it's all a scam.
The Fretland Mining Company. I wonder what this unlocks.
The mine?
You went to the mine. I hope our guardian
Said 2 workers died in the mine, right? Yeah. At least one of them is bloody murder.
All right, Betty. So what happens next in your story? Johann and Frederick discover something in the mine. A cave or chamber of archaeological value.
Where are we going?
They argue about what to do. If the discovery is made public, it's the end of their enterprise. Johann is convinced or paid to walk away. Their secret stays hidden. Then, a few months later, the accident.
3 men die.
3 men die. The investors pull out. The mine shuts down. Frederick's up to his neck in debt.
Alright, what do we have here? It's snowing inside the barn. Pretty sure Vikings adopted Christianity in some parts and in the later eras. No. Well, yes and no. It was around that time, definitely. Can't remember exactly which years Christianity made its entry into Norway. Although I think, do not quote me on this, because I'm not sure, but I think around the 1300s, and the Viking era was like from around 1000 to, I'd say, the 1300s. Right, what do we have? What do we have? Nothing at all. Being burned on a boat in the middle of a sea is a lot more badass, yeah. For sure. Alright, let's follow the tracks then to the mine. And they call it a mine. A mine! Hello. Oh, I just figured out what the word that is crossed out on all the mining company thing is. It's the Fretland Brothers Mining Company. Now it's just the Fretland Mining Company.
Cursed mine in Grovik?
Why would they
Locals
frame
struggle
that?
with bad crops and livestock deaths and blame it on... They thought they were cursed because of the mine. A thing like that becomes self-fulfilling. If you believe you're cursed, every misfortune feeds the delusion.
Yeah. Alright, so we have to go through the window to get to the actual mine. Can't actually just go through the fence or something. At the very least, I think it's a stereotype that Vikings only burned the dead. I think there were barrels of treasures, right? Yeah, there are funeral mounds. Basically, they put... Well, I'm not sure whether it's going to be accurate, this either. I don't necessarily think they did this with everyone. But definitely like Viking kings or people of importance, they would cover them with rocks and then dirt and then let's see which movies. If you look at like the Rohirrim or the Rohan section of Lord of the Rings, where they have like funeral mounds where like blossoms would be blooming on their graves, it's sort of like that as a Viking grave.
The truth may finally come to light, but she dies. And the day after, Simon is murdered.
Oh, really? You're not going to climb down? Suddenly you're super light on your feet, Edward? You were struggling to carry a suitcase up a hill in the beginning.
Old grievances resurface. No matter who you stand with, you're a traitor. Things escalate. More people die. From disease, despair, suicides, murder.
Like a rock pile, then you try to grow stuff over it. Well, you don't necessarily try to grow stuff over it, but I think like on certain graves, certain flowers would grow, and then they would sort of say that was some sort of magic effect of some kind. But it basically just becomes a grassy knoll. Every misfortune feeds the delusion. Kind of like your delusions and obsession with Betty, indeed. So here we go.
All because of the mine. Because of what they found there. And what they covered up. There was no one to stop it, Betty. They were alone. That's the real curse of Grovik. Isolation.
Also, how gamey is this passage? This is train tracks right here. Det hviler en forbannelse over dette sted.
This place is cursed. Ridiculous.
Fretland. Don't fret. Ugh, gross.
Ruth was here the day she fell. Something spooked her, and then she ran.
Feels like an Outlast 2 path.
Where?
Indeed.
Do you know what happened, Betty? Did you witness it?
Oh, Ruth, Betty, bam, am.
Hello? Betty, are you in there? Please answer me.
Convenient. The one thing he didn't leave on the mannequin. Creepy minus creepy. I agree. Right, what have we got?
Oh, Betty. This is Mother's brooch. You always wore this. You wouldn't take it off unless... You left it here for a reason.
Okay.
What am I not seeing?
So Betty got stuck in the mine and died, and now Edward's going to get stuck in the mine and die. When is Betty going to answer our questions? I'm waiting, Betty. Maybe we are Betty, okay? Holy shit. I mean, my audible reaction might have been muted, but I actually got a bit of a... Alright, sure, why not? Skip heart thing. Heartbeat skipping. I mean, what is going to happen? Like, we're not going to die. It's a walking sim. Right? I bet I can stand here as long as I want to. Alright. Let's leave the mine in a leisurely pace. Wow, game. Really well scripted and needed. Yeah, I'm gonna find a naked Betty if she keeps leaving her clothes around. True that. That does not at all look realistic.
Betty? Elizabeth? Is that you?
I mean, look at that. That's a boulder inside the wood.
I'm on my way, Betty.
And this looks like it's just part of the cliff. Disappointed. This would be a great time for the game to suddenly change pace and have a monster chase you down the mines or the entity or something. Yeah. Keep talking about those weeping angels. Don't blink. Edouard! Edouard! On y va!
Stay where you are. I'm coming.
They didn't want to retexture the mountain. I mean, they could have just made smaller stones or something. It wasn't like... It's so unrealistic that giant boulders like that would just suddenly poke out of the mine. It would be dirt collapsing. I mean, there's a reason it collapses, right? If it was solid rock, it would be solid rock. Entity isn't one for a chase, more of an instant appearance.
Edward, where are you?
I'm here.
On my way.
I'm here. You're not. Also, I have all your clothes.
Edward, where are you?
Oh, God.
Edward, please, hurry!
What's the
coming,
rush? Yeah, the source of the sound was here. If it moves now, I'm gonna be so annoyed.
Edward!
I'm almost there.
Edward, hurry up!
Why are you running away from me then? there such a rush?
Just stay put.
Lars is currently so annoyed. I'm not so annoyed, but I am annoyed. Kind of defeats the purpose of using a sound source if they keep moving it, yeah. It's like Red Dead Redemption 1 all over again. Whenever you get there, he's moved again.
Coming.
J'arrive!
Edward, is that you? I'm in here.
In the cupboard under the stairs?
Thank God.
Joke. And it's the mannequin.
Elizabeth, there you are. Finally.
And Edward has lost all his marbles.
You have no idea how long I've been looking for you. You had me so worried. I
So, two
Look.
choices, both say the same.
Brooch. Mother's brooch. You must have lost it at the mine. Let me put it on for you, Betty. I wouldn't want you to lose it again.
She's been dead for 30 years, Edward.
That angel is so
Elizabeth
miffed.
was never here. But we didn't come for her. We came for Johann, and Anna, and Frederick, and Simon, and Ruth. We're here to tell their stories.
No. Elizabeth. She's here.
You know Betty died when she was a baby. She drowned in the pond. And you found her. You were just 11. You carried her to your mother.
So I was right about that part.
And your mother,
She hated you for that.
she could never forgive you for bringing her baby to her. And you could never forgive yourself for what she did after. You always forget this. Because you don't want to be alone. So you bring Betty back. Again and again. To New York. To Boston. To the house. But always just out of reach. Never quite there. The scent of her. The echo of her. But never really her.
It is
All
really
it
hard
does
to
is
feel
make
sorry
you
for
lonelier.
Edward, and it does suck.
But the thing is, Edward, you're never alone.
You have us.
And the whole story
you'll
with Betty
always
seems
have
redundant.
us.
Yeah, I mean,
Betty's,
the story is based around it,
she
but
was never there for you.
problem is we've never been able to sympathize with
You
Edward
can't lose
because
us.
he's
We're
been,
a part of you.
Forever
I mean,
and ever.
he's not smart. There's nothing really
But
for
you
us
need
to
to
sort of
let Betty
empathize with or sympathize with.
There's
He's
not room for all of us in there.
just stupid and a one-track mind. And we are
couldn't
naturally
save you, Elizabeth.
not inclined to sympathize with him, so
I'm so sorry.
we don't care. Greta Gaynor, to my biggest fan, best wishes.
It is as painful to wake from a vision as it is to be born anew.
Really failing to see the parallels between the Betty story and the story of what's happening in this town. Yes, I mean, there are really no parallels. I feel like the story of what's happened in the town is more a backdrop, and the actual story is supposed to be this one. But it's not well executed, unfortunately. Do commend their efforts, but it does kind of fall flat. Mostly because we can't put ourselves in Edward's shoes, even though we are literally in his shoes. Which is unfortunate. Very unfortunate. Hey, Betty. Top of the morning.
Goodbye, Betty.
Teddy bear? Are you up?
And so we start again.
Had your noodle juice yet?
I might be weaned off this stuff.
Boo. Don't lose your taste for tea, old fruit. It keeps you human. We have unfinished business.
Yeah,
do?
we have
Final
to
piece
go
of the
to some place or other.
Come on. Let's go back to where it started. We have an appointment with a ghost.
I feel like it requires a theme to connect the two things. His adventure on the island and the stories around him should be used to connect us with this. Wait, were there 5 days on this island, like the 5 stages of grief? I guess.
Such an amazing view, isn't it? And the air.
Wait, is Edward going to kill himself now, jumping off the cliff?
Boy, that sure is something.
That'd be a sham ending.
What did you want to show me?
Come sit down.
Okay. Where? Where's our button prompt to sit down? No? Can't do it. Oh, there we go. This is where we sit. Seems like it's doing a Shutter Island thing.
Why
yeah,
did we come here?
kind of.
To Grovik. Well,
Elizabeth may be a spectre, he thinks, but she still holds power. What if he thinks the answer is simple and logical? Conversation in a public place and name subconsciously registered. He was drawn here as though this place has an ethereal weight to it. So this is the quote-unquote logical connection. This is the one I'm more inclined to think. I guess this is, you know, it was a coincidence sketch. Let's go with that one.
letter to Frederick.
The one you found in his safe. From Boston.
I may have overheard a conversation somewhere, paid it no attention, but the name stuck. And Betty... And I spun a story around it that put us on this path.
Do you really believe that? I mean, how often are you around people?
To find my sister.
But Betty's not. She was never here. It doesn't make sense.
Some places have gravity.
What are you saying? Gravewick's gravity pulled us across the Atlantic Ocean?
Grovik. No, I'm not saying that. That's irrational.
But you believe it, don't you? That we were summoned to tell their story.
I'm a man of science. I don't know what to believe.
And yet, here we are. All three of us.
Is this what you wanted to show me?
I wanted to be close to her. Do you believe in ghosts, Edward?
You know I don't.
But I
Well,
believe in
you've been
goats.
chasing one for years.
That's different.
What about me? Us.
You're not ghosts. You're alive.
You okay?
Fair enough.
Okay, there, rule.
So what really
I'm very
happened?
glad you've learned how to spell. Yeah. You guys decide. What happened? Did you get killed? I mean, or was it an accident? You get to decide this one. What do you think? Right, we got one for accident. Accident 2. Paranoia of the events made them suspicious. I'm inclined to agree. May, what do you think? Bull, what do you think? Maybe she knew too much because of the box. So, murder. Simon was 14 though. How much did he have to do with anything? May says accident. So accident it is.
I believe
You're
it was an
outnumbered,
accident.
Ul.
How? What happened?
Your guess is as good as mine.
All right, she ran from the mine and came here. And then... Was she afraid?
I've even written more
What
under
made her
accident.
run?
Yeah. What made her run? She was playing. Death often comes without purpose and intent, she thinks, like a cloud in front of the sun. The girl ran from something from someone who still believes this because the alternative... I mean, it is a bit far-fetched that she ran from over there, and instead of running home, she would just run off the cliffs at the church because she was scared of something in the mine. Also, she... Yeah, no, she was just playing.
She could have been playing. Maybe it was slippery.
Just rotten luck? That's all it was? If only Ruth had wings, like an angel. She could have flown straight to heaven.
She lost the doll's
I hope
head, so
she's
Claire
at
was in a
peace.
hurry. I
And
can
with
see
God.
that. But, I
Do you
mean,
think
she
that's
could
why
have
everyone's
been
gone?
scared of something in the mine. I don't know. Heaven. Edward believes there's only darkness after death, but strange as it may seem, Alice has her own beliefs, and it feels almost cruel to deny her those. Nope. There's no faith in an afterlife. He saw into his mother's dead eyes, he saw the gunshot wound in his father's head, and he knew even then that heaven was a lie.
They're dead. I don't believe there's anything more to it than that. But there's
Definitely the answer that is closest to his character,
won't be alone.
which is why I picked that one.
We'll never know what happened to everyone in Grovik.
We tried our best. We'll remember them. All of them. Maybe that will give them some peace in oblivion. Could this be your book, Edward? The one you've been wanting to write? A story about people who are isolated, left behind by the world. You can give them all a proper ending, with no annoying loose threads.
Lol.
Edward!
You mean like this
Is
story?
that-
Boat? But how?
Who cares?
This is
Let's
annoying.
catch it before it sets out on another adventure.
That really bugs me.
I don't understand how this can be.
I keep telling you, ghosts. Ghosts took the boat.
Ah, goats.
It must have been the wind.
Whatever helps you sleep at night, teddy bear. Let's blouse while the weather's still good.
I need my suitcase.
So get a wiggle on, old boy. I'm going to say my goodbyes to all the things. I don't think we'll be back. Meet you at the house.
My goodness. Righty-ho. No rush. We have all day.
Yes, I finally understand this island existed so I could write a book. Ool has the idea. Okay, up to the house one last time. Feels like this was really trying for an Oxenfree Firewatch type thing and fell short. Yeah. Can agree with that. Looks lovely, had a great atmosphere at the start. It had a good, I mean, I'll say it had a good atmosphere throughout. Definitely the middle bit with the reveal had a good atmosphere. It's a shame, though, that we could smell it from the first 15 minutes. So that's unfortunate. Right, the suitcase is in the quote-unquote guest room.
Come on, Teddy. Pack your things.
Yeah.
I'll meet you by the boat.
Do you never sit still?
Don't be a wet blanket. Let's make like the wind and get out of here.
Definitely a good effort from the devs, though. Are these indie devs? Yes. Like I said in the beginning, this is a game by Red Thread Games. They are a breakout company from Funcom, incidentally. My current employer. The writer-director, game director for this, he is the guy behind The Longest Journey games. And also The Secret World. The MMO. And yeah, they broke out from Funcom to form their own indie company, and they're doing okay. Doing okay. Which is good. We like having indie folks around. Yeah, although I really do hope that the developers will use this game as a learning experience, because the game looks great, but I think that the story just needs a bit more tweaking and fixing. Yeah, I can attest to that. Why is he taking the creepy pen? Well, because it's his-ish. So, yeah. Here's the thing with the writer-director, and I'm just saying this based on the other games I've played that he's also been writing and directing, such as the Longest Journey games.
Come on.
I don't think
Row, Teddy, row.
he listens to a lot of editing feedback, so he tends to overwrite and listen to his own voice a bit too much. So, because I am familiar with his work. But that's just my opinion. But this sort of goes to show kind of what I think as well. Like, he might benefit from listening to feedback or, you know, condensing some stuff.
It's a fjord, Lissy, and it's almost winter.
I think what they try to do here has already been done with Firewatch. Right up to collecting up your belongings to find another way. Yeah.
Are we going to be all right, Edward?
I think so.
Tell you what, Lissy. We are going to forget all about this and the cycle will continue in a new location. Alright, nothing to do but to look around. There we go. Credits. Achievement unlocked. Goodbye to all the things. It's interesting. I recognize some of these names. One of them actually works at Funcom now. And then the island blows up, directed by Michael Bay. Indeed. All right. So I think I have spoken my mind about what I think about the game. Wow, that's a bit loud. So you tell me what you thought. And for you watching in the future, leave comments below about what you thought as well. It does really make me want to visit a fjord. You should, Gej. Go to the west coast of Norway and see those giant mountains just rising from the sea. It's really, I mean, pictures and video and video games will never do them justice, because just being there, seeing the scale of it is something else. I've been there a couple of times. I lived out there a couple of years, actually, when I was a child. But like going back there as an adult as well is just, it's pretty epic. Highly recommend. Reminds me of a really tall Irish coastal village. Yeah. Yeah. There are some places in Norway where, like, there'd be ancient farms like these on the top of the mountains. Like, they'll be sloping off into, like, a cliff into the fjord. And it's just insane. Like, people would have livestock and stuff out there. It's pretty nuts. Honestly, agree with you all. It had the potential, but it felt lacking, and there are other games that do so. That do similar things better. Absolutely agree. Absolutely agree. K. We're actually done an hour earlier than I thought we were going to be. I thought we might be closing in on 4 hours, but it's just over 3 hours, which is a decent length for these kinds of games. I don't think games like these should overstay their welcome. I think mad props goes to the art direction. Makes the experience feel worth it anyway. Yes. Most certainly. I feel like the character design is I mean, the girl is. I felt like Edward looked pretty creepy the few times we actually got to see him. But they obviously spent a lot of time on Lizzie. And it paid off. And the environment is pretty good. So it's really well done to make this little farm village stand out visually. Very, very well done. Did they ever explain the entity? Nope. It's all in your head, Mr. Tweedy. It's all in your head. European Union, come back. Come back. All right. Thank you once again for watching. Thank you, May, Tinkerpickle, Gej, Christine, Ool, for sticking with us. If I left someone out there, forgive. Edward and Alice will return. Oh no. See? The cycle will continue. Ay, ay, ay. Will there be more streams? Nothing is determined, but yeah, there will be more streams. I just don't know when. Anyway, once again, thank you so much for watching. Below this video, I'm going to call it now, there's a link to our Discord channel and our Twitter, and if you are watching this in the future and want to say something, leave comments, leave tweets, or join our Discord. And I'll see you guys later. Thank you.